Central.
Hello everybody and welcome to Hillsborough as the Hunterdon Central Red Devils take on the Hillsborough Raiders alongside Lorenzo DeScala. I'm Dominic Capone. Lorenzo, Hunterdon Central coming into this one sitting at 2-3, but Christian Shaw has looked better so far this year, passing for 366 yards and 4 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. What are you expecting from him and the Central offense tonight against Hillsborough?
Christian Shaw finally coming to his third year as the Hunterdon Central Red Devils quarterback. The development he has a lot of time to develop, and it's really showing with his decision making on the field. And really, the routes, the coaches have made the decisions easy for him, making some comeback routes, not asking him to do that much. And a big reason to do that, the running game. They have a great few running backs there. Whether it be Devin Trackshock or Blake Leeds back there, they can really rely on that running game tonight.
Yeah, Hunterdon Central started out 0-2. They lost to Bridgewater 21-10. That was a pretty good close game against a tough Bridgewater team. And then they lost to Phillipsburg 17-14. That was a close one that they had. So obviously not starting out the way they wanted to, but they rebounded the next 2 games against Montgomery 14-0 and Franklin 21-0. And they're coming off a loss against Elizabeth 26-7.
And speaking to the players in that locker room, they were not panicked at all about those first 2 games. They knew that was going to be the 2 toughest games of the year for them. And this is a young team. A lot of these players getting their first chance on varsity. So that was a lot of time for them to develop. And after those first 2 losses, Coach Prada really made sure that the locker room stayed settled and they didn't get too excited, didn't start arguing with each other, and that led to a 2-game win streak.
This one's about to get underway, and we'll stay right here for the national anthem. So this one is about to get underway momentarily, and now for Hillsborough, they're sitting at 3-2, 1-1 in the division, and they beat Elizabeth 27-0. They beat Plainfield 35-0. So they have a couple shutouts in there, and they also beat Phillipsburg 27-13. And their 2 losses coming against Bridgewater, which was 30-10, and Ridge 44-20 in their last one out.
And the biggest thing we look at them is that once they go down early on, they get down on themselves, and they have a hard time fighting back in that game. And we see when they're playing great, they can run with it. But when they get down, they have a hard time fighting against that adversity.
Yeah, Matt Moore, the quarterback of this Raiders team, about 478 passing yards on the season. And his top target is Jackson Parham with 16 receptions and 3 touchdowns.
And Parham has been such a great asset for Moore in that season. A wide receiver can really rely on. And that's something that a quarterback you love to have, because if you get rushed from that pocket, you don't panic, you look for your favorite receiver, and you give him a ball that he can get.
And number 15, Sean Parker back to receive.
And Parker coming in, he's a big receiver at 6'2". You can throw some balls up there, 50-50 balls. He has a better chance to come down with them than most.
Also number 18, Justin.
Yeah, most likely see a lot from him tonight.
And another player we're going to expect to see a lot from, Tyler Boatwright, the running back for Hillsborough. He's just been having a monster year.
Yeah, kicking for Hillsborough, Hunterdon Central will get the ball first, is Raman Tadavasov.
And Hunterdon Central, they love to receive the ball starting off the game. They want to get the ball, and they're the most dangerous player right here, David Shire. He has 2 kick returns for a touchdown already and 1 receiving touchdown on the year.
Yeah, and we're underway here in Hillsborough. And that's a short kick to the 20. It's bobbled around out there, but picked up, and that's going to be taken out. Nice return right there, and taken right there by Sean Parker. So Hunterdon Central's offense will come out with a pretty good field position right here.
And so on that kick return, Hillsborough elected not to kick towards David Shire, do a short kick, and forcing Sean Parker to pick it up. Sean Parker, the backup quarterback, showing he has wheels of his own, getting out to the 36-yard line, giving the Red Devils great field position to start off.
Yeah, so Devin Treshock in the backfield, Christian Shaw and shotgun to get us started here for Hunterdon Central. And already first play of the game, there's a flag.
Looks like that offensive line just a little bit too excited to start off this game. False start here. It's going to back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, some big receivers for Christian Shaw in the central offense. Frank DePaula. You also got Rob Martucci out there to the outside.
Rob Martucci, he broke his collarbone twice in his sophomore and junior year, really fought back from injury and make sure he stayed healthy. And he's a player that figured to be a tight end, but he's so fast, they put him out at wide receiver a lot too. And Frank DePaula, I mean, the numbers just show himself, over 200 yards receiving, just an absolute beast out there on the field.
So Shaw gets this one, hands it to the left, and there goes Devin Treshock, has some room to run, and he picks up about 8 on the play as he's pushed out of bounds by the Hillsborough defense.
And I believe it's really important for this running game to get started early on. Something we've seen all year from the Red Devils offensive line. They usually don't have a coherent unit, always trying to switch some players out. And making his first start at guard ever, starting from the freshman, sophomore, and JV team, it's going to be Chris Adlon.
Yeah, so now Nick Bryan is in there with Devin Treshock also. Christian Shaw in shotgun formation again. And this time he hands it off to Nick Bryan, goes right up the middle, and it looks like he'll be short about a yard of the first down.
And see Central changing up a little bit. Usually put Treshock in as a running back and Bryan as a fullback, putting him in motion, but switching it up, trying to catch Hillsborough off guard here. But that D-line was ready for it.
Yeah, this Hillsborough defense is led by Jack Edwards. He's been really, really solid for this Hillsborough team as the starting linebacker.
And as a defense, you always want to have a linebacker you can rely on. He's in charge of setting up that defense and stopping the run.
So 2 receivers, Christian Shaw again, and that's one actually going to be on number 1, Jack Edwards. And we'll see what they call it, though. But Jack Edwards looked like he was upset with himself after crossing the line. But Hillsborough obviously saying it was on Hunterdon Central. Because that's Nick Meza right there with his arm up.
And see the refs giving a call, and you're right there. It is offsides, and that's just devastating for Hillsborough. Doing just not a good start to the game, giving up a big run play, and then on 3rd and 1, just giving the team the first down.
Yeah, now they're in Hillsborough territory early in the first. The referee setting this one up. Christian Saulson at 6'3", 190 pounds. He's a big force in that for this Hunterdon Central offense. Nick Bryan in motion. Devin Treshock, and there's another flag. That's the 3rd flag we've seen so far in this one. Looks like it'll be a false start, so they'll push them right back where they came from.
See, that's what we were saying before about that O-line not playing together. They're going to be bound to make mistakes early on, especially with the crowd we have here at Hillsborough night. It is their homecoming game, and the fans definitely came out to support them tonight. See another new starter for Hunterdon Central on that O-line, that left tackle. It's going to be Colin Campbell getting the start tonight.
So we'll try it again. It's 1st and 15 from their own 45-yard line. Shaw drops back, looks left, throws left, and that ball is incomplete. Intended for number 86, Luke Pizzico.
And Pizzico, another player getting a lot of time on this varsity. This could be his first game really seeing a lot of action early on. And Shaw, I think he has to make a better decision. He put that ball in between 2 defenders and just let his receiver get killed on that hit.
Shaw, senior now, obviously his junior year didn't go so well as the team was under 500 for the first time and under Coach Parati. So he was a double running back set, shotgun formation. Shaw is pressured, runs out of the pocket trying to get away, and he's just taken down. And that's going to be Nick Peza on the tackle.
And we would have seen in the past by Christian Shaw, he'd either panic and make a bad throw, or you just take that sack. something we've seen from the development of him, that mobility in the pocket. And he's not afraid to tuck that ball down and run and lay down and take a big hit.
So it'll be 3rd down and long. Shaw picked up a couple inches on that, so there's 3 receivers. Frank DePaula and Anthony Schnitz line on the right side on the bottom of your screen. Shaw shotgun formation again, pump fakes, looks down the field, and that one is almost hauled in by Anthony Schnitz line, but incomplete. Nice coverage right there by Charles Amankwa.
And this is going to be Smithline's first full year at wide receiver before he spent his time as a quarterback. But Parati saw he's such a great athlete, he wanted to move him into that wide receiver spot. And that's great for a quarterback to have a wide receiver that knows the routes just as well as he does.
So Hunterdon Central has some pretty decent runs, but penalties hurt him that drive, and they'll have to punt it away to Hillsborough here.
And with the punt, number 19, Richard Van Orsi.
Yeah, that one's punted back, and it's going to be taken on a hop, and it's going to be taken to about the 30, crosses the 30, and gets away. He's finally taken down by Caleb Slaughter.
You know, you call me crazy, but I think one of the most important positions on this football team, it has to be the punter. The punter does a lot more than people think. If this punter puts a low ball and the kick and the returner can just grab it and no one's by him, he can run down the field for a long time. And we saw that's exactly what happened on that kick. That ball did not have a lot of height, did not give the cover team any time to get down there.
Yeah, Jackson Parham was the punt returner right there. He's also the star wide receiver like we were talking about before. And now Matt Moore is in for this Hillsborough offense, and we'll see what Hillsborough can do on their first drive of the game. Shotgun formation, hands it off, goes left, tries to cut it back, and is swarmed up by the Central defense, as that was Tyler Boatwright on the carry.
And it's going to be crucial for the Red Devils to stop Boatwright. He's averaging 6.5 yards per carry and 7 touchdowns on the year. They really need to shut him down early on and force this Hillsborough team to throw the ball.
Yeah, this defensive line consisting of Andrew Knight and Billy Hutchings right there in the middle, trying to come up big. And that one's going to be handed off to Parham, and he has a big running room right there on the far sideline. He picks up the first down before being taken out of bounds by Musa Hemby.
And see the Red Devils defensive line just not able to get any penetration there. And so just all day to run with that play. No one keeping containment on that left side.
So first down in Hunterdon Central territory at about the 36. And the lefty Matt Moore throws and has another first down complete over to his tight end Jake Pollock.
Another thing we just want to touch on, our apologies, we said Andrew Knight in, but he's such a familiar name for us that it's so easy to say his name. We forgot he got hurt.
Yeah, he has been a huge part of this defense for years now, and with him not in there, some guys like Evan Fiorini and Corey Keener are going to have to step up big time on that defensive line. So another first down, that's 2 first downs this drive. Matt Moore hands it off to Boatwright, going right, and he breaks a tackle. He picks up about 8 on the play before being swallowed up by Evan Fiorini.
And Fiorini doing a good job running him down from behind on that play. But we see early on this O-line, it's just doing a great job getting their blocks on the Central's defensive linemen and pushing them back, not allowing them to touch not allowing anyone to touch Boatwright until he's 3 yards down the field.
Now 2nd and 1 right here with the Raiders threatening. Matt Moore just takes it himself, and he'll be taken down hard over there by Liam Walker.
And Walker, he's a player, he can really do it all for the Red Devils. He may look undersized, but he loves to come up there and lay down some big hits. And we see right there making a touchdown-saving tackle here.
So now 1st and goal right here for the Raiders. Hunterdon Central's defense looking to come up big as they allow some big plays this drive. Throws left, but incomplete. as that was Anthony Valentino on the coverage.
And this is going to be Valentino's first game getting a lot of reps here at corner. Usually we see Devin Trexlock on that side, but Parati, he wants to make that switch, keep Trexlock fresh on offense, and he's going to allow Valentino to really get a lot of reps here, and he's unproven, so smart decision there by Moore, attacking the young, unproven corner.
So we'll try it again. His second and goal now. Matt Moore shotgun formation with Boatwright to his right. He looks right, and he has it, touchdown. And it's going to be Parham on the reception for the touchdown for the Raiders. We were talking about him earlier, and he comes up big on the first drive of the game for Hillsborough.
And that's an easy decision there. You have your big body wide receiver. He's been having a great year so far. On second goal, why not give him a look? You'd think the Red Devils, it looked like they were expecting a run. They were not prepared for a pass. And that's what killed them on that drive.
So Hillsborough trying to tack on the extra point, and they do, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see what this is. Looks to be on the Raiders. It is. As we backed up. They'll try it again.
Now, see, early on in this game, the Red Devils just unable to stop Hillsborough's offense, whether it be through the passing, on the ground. As a whole, the Red Devils' defense really needs to step up.
So Roman Tadeusz off. We'll try it again. And puts it right through the upright. 7-0 Hillsborough on the first drive of the game. So Hunterdon Central's defense on that first play against Boatwright, he only gained about 1 yard, and then the rest, they just charged down the field to put 7 points on the board with a hurt.
Now you got to think for the Red Devils defense, they need to get on the sideline. Coach Bill, he's going to be in the ear of that defense through this entire offensive drive. He cannot be happy with the way his team just played out there.
Yeah, for Hillsborough's defense, they give up 44 points in their last game against Ridge, so you know they're going to try to come out and stop the Hunterdon Central's offense as well.
And this team, we know how they can play, having 2 shutouts, as you said earlier on. This is a team that knows how to completely stop the other team's offense.
We also want to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hunterdon Central Television. This game will be posted later on.
Now we see the Red Devils ready, back to receive. And they're always, throughout this entire season, they have been a threat on kickoff returns.
Yeah, so David Shire will be back there, but last time he didn't get it on the first one. Liam Walker picked it up. And the kick from Hillsborough up 7-0 is a booming kick down, picked up around the 5-yard line by David Shire. He has some blockers in front of him, tries to get a cut, and he's just taken down around the 24-yard line.
And we see through that offensive drive, David Shire was not on the field. In that last game, got hit in the head, and he was evaluated for a concussion. Parati might be playing a little bit conservative here and want to keep his players safe at all times.
So there's Christian Shaw back out. The offense had a couple false starts, a couple penalties here and there, and they got into Hillsborough territory before a penalty set them back, and they ended up punting. Now here's Blake Leeds on the carry. He gets about 5 or 6 on the play before being taken down.
And Blake Leeds last year as a junior was the starting running back for the Red Devils. This year there's a lot more competition, and some of these players are taking the reps away from him, but showing there on that play that he still has the energy and the speed to get on that outside.
Yeah, they got the 3 main running backs. They have Nick Bryant also in the backfield right now. Rob Martucci in the bottom of your screen. Bryant in motion, Shaw shotgun, and same exact plays. They just hand it off to Leeds. This time he has a big hole, and he gains the first down before being shoved out of bounds on his own sideline.
And something all 3 of these running backs that they share, besides being extremely talented, they all dealt with injuries in the past. Devin Trexlock, as a freshman, tore his ACL, and that's really kept him out for the past 3 years. Blake Leeds broke his collarbone, and Nick Bryant dealt with a hamstring injury last year that kept him out of the season all year.
Yeah, this Hillsborough defense with safeties Luke Jansen and David Amawanka in the back. But here's Christian Shaw right now, so he just gets swallowed up by this defensive line of Hillsborough and will be taken down for a sack.
An interesting decision there. It looked like he was going to try to throw that quick slant but he saw that as well covered. He wanted to try tucking down and run, just nowhere to go with that ball.
Second and 11.
It's going to be 2nd and 11 here for Hunterdon Central. Christian Shaw and company trying to get something started here as their last drive stalled. No completion so far for Christian Shaw just yet, as they just hand it off, and that's going to be Blake Leeds again. He's just going to be taken down by Stephen Rudd.
And Rudd just went completely around his man, Kyle Cole. He looked like he put that fake on the inside. Cole bit on it, and he went out to the left side and able to swallow up Blake Leeds for the loss.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and long. Hunterdon Central trying to get something going here. We'll see if they try it with the passes. They have Anthony Schisline and Rob Martucci to the right, and they have at the top of your screen Frank DePaula. Some tall, lengthy receivers for Hunterdon Central. Christian Shaw drops back, throws it to Blake Leeds in the flat, but out of bounds, and that will bring up 4th down.
And I'm a little surprised to see that play. Conservative there. Coach Brody, last thing he is, he's not conservative. He takes a lot of shots down the field. And really, on 3rd and long, I was surprised to see him just take that loss on that drive.
Yeah, so back-to-back drives, and they'll have to punt it here.
The Varsity once again back for the punt. And a high kick, and he's just unable to handle that in time as it gets blocked by Hillsborough.
Yeah, that one was blocked, had no time, and the blocking didn't really come up well right there for Hunterdon Central's Hillsborough. Instead of getting it back deep in their own territory, now have it in Hunterdon Central's territory, as that was blocked by David Amwunka. We were talking about him before.
And the long snap there, Devin Baton just put too much on that ball. And something Baton loves, he loves to snap that ball. He wants to be the first player down there to try to make that tackle on the returner. Just thought too much about the tackle. The first thing you have to focus on, getting that ball to your punter.
Thanks to you, we're able to donate $2,000 to St. Jude.
Yeah, last week, Coach Parati said after the loss, it's really frustrating, and everyone knows that the name of the game is ball security. So Hunterdon Central doesn't want to turn anything over. And but that one comes up for a block as Matt Moore hands it off to Boatwright, going right, and he'll be taken down by Hunterdon Central. That's about a pickup of a couple inches, or might be at the line still. Nice job by the Hunterdon Central defense.
And the Red Devils, they just swarm to Boatwright there. And this team knows that they can't lay down a hit on Boatwright. You have to wrap him up and bring him down to the ground. And if you can't bring him down, at least wrap him up and hope that one of your teammates is going to be there soon to help you.
Yeah, he's very elusive in the backfield. He can escape 1, 2, or even 3 guys if you give him the opportunity. Jackson Parham at the top of your screen, as Moore hands it off to Amwunkwa, and he'll take it right up the middle, and wow, nice move by him. He's taken down by Liam Walker near the 30-yard line.
And showing great balance on that play, refusing to go down, and that balance just bought them a first down. See, Hillsborough already threatening early on in this drive inside the Red Devils' 30-yard line already.
Yeah, Hunterdon Central can't afford going out 14-0 within the first 2 drives of the game. Matt Moore directing traffic out there, getting his offense situated. As he drops back, he looks, throws down, but there's no one there. Let's see what the call is, but it's incomplete, because they were looking for a flag on the play.
And we saw running down on that route was Jackson Palmer, just ran right by his man, and Moore just missed him. There's no other way to put that.
Yeah, Justin Brown, also the secondary receiver for this Hillsborough offense. You can't just forget about him, because he can hurt you as well on the opposite side of Parham.
Now see, even when that ball was completed, it wouldn't matter. There is holding by the offensive line here, and that's really going to help out the Red Devils, pushing them Hillsborough back to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, so a break there for Hunterdon Central, as the Hillsborough offense looking to rebound after that penalty. double running back formation again. Moore hands it off to Mwankwa, and he'll take it right up the middle and be taken down by Nick Zahos.
And we saw the last time they ran that play, it was successful. So why not do it again? And see, Hunterdon Central will be expecting that play all night. It's been working up to this point. And this Red Devils O-line, it might be getting tired quickly because a lot of these players, they play on the offensive too, especially on that O-line. It's a lot of work going right down the field. You think you get your break and then you have to go back on for offense.
Yeah, so Moore's going to be under shotgun here for the first time. Boatwright on Mwankwa in the backfield. They hand it off to Boatwright, and he bounces off some of his blockers and cuts it to the right side. He's still on his feet with the stiff arm, and he's still going, and he's be taken down around the 26. There is a flag on the play, but that's exactly what Boatwright can do to you. That was a very nice run by him.
And we saw that run supposed to be up the middle, but Evan Fury, when you're getting penetration, forcing him to bounce it on the outside. But even doing that, you still don't want Boatwright to bounce it out there. You have no one down there to tackle him. And he was just running all day out there, breaking off tackles by the Red Devils. But we see there is a penalty here, waiting to see what that call is going to be.
Yeah, the referee's taking their time on this one, discussing it. It's going to be a block in the back on the offense, now bring him back. So Hunterdon Central getting lucky again because that was a very nice run by Boatwright. They could have had it would have been third down and long, but obviously maybe field goal opportunity. As we know, they have Roman Tatazov does have a strong leg.
And nothing kills a drive like penalties. And we see back-to-back penalties here on Hillsborough. Definitely devastating. And now they have a long second down.
Yeah, it'll be second down and about 16. 7-0 Hillsborough here in the first quarter on a touchdown pass from Moore to Parham on their first drive. And he goes quickly, but that one's just dropped, as that is dropped by Luke Jansen. It was a little high, but...
As you said, that ball was a little high. Jansen, he's only 5'10". He's not one of these players that you can throw up there and get. And he's even lucky he got a handoff. He didn't. Musa Hemby is back there. He looked ready to pick that ball off.
Yeah, you see Musa was right behind him, but nice effort right there by Jansen. And that'll be third down and long for Hillsborough.
And we see in this game of football just how quickly the tides can turn. It looked like Hillsborough was threatening, moving the ball efficiently, but now on a third and long, just doing a short little screen pass.
Yeah, they were sending the 3 receivers, but they brought the offensive line to the left and just dumped it off to Boatwright, but that won't obviously get the first down. We'll see what they do here. They'll most likely punt it away.
With a lot of players, I agree that wouldn't work, but Boatwright, I think you have a good chance of getting that. Such an elusive player, and we saw earlier on just bouncing off the tackles, but the Red Elves doing a job of wrapping him up and forcing him out of bounds.
So Matt Moore is on the field right now. We'll see what they're doing. Coach Kevin Cardy of Hillsborough giving out directions for his team. It's 4th and 11 right now. They are going to leave the offense out there. They have Boatwright in the backfield, and they have Jansen, Brown, and Parham as the 3 receivers. Shotgun formation for Moore as the Devils trying to contain them and keep them deep. Moore moving around, and that one's intercepted over there. And that's going to be Liam Walker on the interception on 4th and 11. If you think about it, probably should have just knocked that one down so would have got the ball at the 30, but nonetheless, they have the ball.
And it's just one of those plays where the adrenaline's high. You see that ball coming at you, and then when we said that, your first instinct is to catch that ball. And I agree with you. He's probably thinking in hindsight, I should have let that ball hit the ground.
Yeah, but then again, you can say you did get an interception in this game. So Christian Shaw on the offense coming back out. Great job by the Central defense because it looked like the second drive of the game for Hillsborough, they were going to charge down and put another touchdown or at least a field goal on the board, but a couple penalties put them back as well and hurt them. So now Christian Shaw on the offense have the ball. As they hand it off, we're going right up the middle as Nick Bryant with the block as it's Devin Treshock on the carry, pickup of about 2.
You see Jack Edwards, the outside linebacker, was in that backfield right before Devin Trex was even get his hand on the ball. Really had no opportunity on that run. And we see a key for this game for the Red Devils. They need to start blocking and open things up for this running game. Because once you do that, it starts opening things up for the passing game.
Now Nick Bryant is in at running back with Devin Treshock to the right. And Shaw looks left, throws left, and behind Frank DePaula, he had a run back, and the ball's incomplete. It'll now be 3rd and about 9.
And Shaw had to get that ball out in a hurry. Number 8, Kyle Kaufman, the free safety for the Hillsborough, was coming right at him. Treshock was just unable to get that block on him. And if Shaw held on that ball a little bit longer, he would have got blown up on the play.
Yeah, this defensive line for the Raiders is the big guys. Let's just put it that way. You got Rowan Hayes out there. You also got Josh Berger, and also obviously the linebackers with Jack Edwards and John Figueroa. Well, probably a timeout right here.
You know, one player we can't forget about there, number 77, Jacob Lubis, the deep tackle. He's right in the middle, that run stopper, and he's a big guy. It's going to be hard to block him.
Yeah, so Hunterdon Central, 3rd down and long again, deep in Hillsborough territory. The ball right now is at about the 14-yard line of Hunterdon Central. The passing game really hasn't been a factor for Hunterdon Central in the first 3 drives. It's more of the running game. Would you like to see, obviously, the passing game get in? And Frank DePaula, obviously, Chris Shaw overthrew him once and threw it behind him on this one.
I think you're correct. You have to get Shaw. You have to get something started. To do a couple of short routes, just some comebacks, some slants, easy completions, and just get something started here in that passing game.
So we're looking at about a 3rd and 9. Devin Treshock in the backfield. David Shire is one of the receivers. Shaw in shotgun formation, scanning the field. Gets the ball, drops back, looks left, throws left, and it's incomplete again, as the intended target was Frank DePaula. He comes up a little gingerly, but it'll be now 4th down, and they'll have to punt it away.
And we're talking about Shaw has to make these throws. The wide receiver's got to catch on that ball.
Yeah.
A little off, but still, when your quarterback's struggling, it's a wide receiver's job to help him out and try to get that ball.
Richard Lavorni is back to kick it, almost standing at his own 1-yard line, as Jackson Parham will be back to return. He already has 2 returns. Well, 1 return today, and the other one was blocked. This one, he does get it away, as Parham will catch it around the 50-yard line, try to put a move on, does, and he'll be taken down. He has the ball in Hunterdon Central territory. So great field position for Hillsborough to start off this one.
And see, great job by the long snapper there, Devin Baton. Once he snapped that ball, he got down the field. And while he didn't make the tackle, he did get in the returner's way, kept him from trying to break that to that left side.
Yes, exactly. So Hillsborough's offense last time out, they obviously Matt Moore threw an interception to Liam Walker on 4th and 11. A couple penalties hurt them. They did have some pretty big runs on that play from Boatwright and a big play from Parham. But we'll see, as right now it's going to be Joe Schultz in at quarterback, and he just dumps it off to Parham as he just runs to the right side, and he'll only be about a pickup of 1 or 2 on the play. So that is going to count as a pass because he shoveled it forward. So Joel Schutz in the quarterback now.
And Schutz, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions on the year.
Yeah, he does come in once in a while for this Hillsborough offense, and that's all in the playbook of Kevin Cardy, the coach for Hillsborough. He likes to mix things around and keep the defense honest.
And Schutz, he's a senior here. He knows this playbook almost as well as anyone on this roster. So when he thinks his team's needs is a little bit of stability, he wants to throw that. He wants to throw out his senior quarterback.
3 receivers out there, and he's Schultz is going to hand it off to Boatwright, and he's swarmed up and taken, and that's going to be a loss about a 1.5 as Boatwright gets stopped by the lead man Caleb Slaughter and the rest of the Hunterdon Central Red Devils.
And it's important there for the Red Devils to stop him on 2nd and long, because you want to force them into an obvious passing down right here. And you force a pass play instead of having Boatwright trying to run that.
So Schultz is still in there as he's getting word from his sideline. It's going to be 3rd and 8 right now in Hunterdon Central territory. Hunterdon Central's offense coming up with a stop on Parham for about 2 yards and then a loss of 1 for Boatwright.
It's going to be the chance for the Red Devils corners. After this flag, it's going to be a chance for the Red Devils corners to try to step up here on the outside. Anthony Valentino and number 18, Justin Dunleavy. And actually, that's the end of the quarter here.
Yeah, the end of the first quarter, as it'll still be 3rd and 9 when we come back. But Hillsborough leading 7-0. So, and the 1 touchdown was Matt Moore to the guy Jackson Parham, who we've been talking about. And obviously, the running back Tyler Boatwright is having a pretty good day today so far. But it's either he's getting 1-yard gains or behind the line, or he's getting like 20-yard gains. It's not just in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
It's that discipline there for the Red Devils defensive line. And they can't get too high on themselves because they think they get in the mojo. They think they're stopping on all these 1-yard plays. Next thing, he's going to break one on the outside for them. Yeah,
and again, this game and all of our games will be on our YouTube channel at Hunterdon Central Television. So you can go click and watch your favorite Hunterdon Central games and subscribe. Again, it's Hunterdon Central Television. So 3rd and 9 here. Schultz is still in there at quarterback. This is his first drive for the Raiders.
And it looks like we're going to be expecting his first pass attempt of the game here.
Yeah, you got the 3 receivers wide, and he does drop back. Now this is a righty quarterback, throws it over the middle, and Boatwright can't make the play as he tried one-handed catching that. That might have been enough for the first down, but it's incomplete. They'll most likely punt it away here on 4th and 8, which they will. So Hunterdon Central's defense comes up big with a 3 and out.
And even if he did catch that ball, we saw junior linebacker Jack Kobe. He was ready to blow him up a mess. And Kobe, last year as a sophomore, he wasn't a player that Central really saw as somebody who's going to make a impact for them coming his junior year, but he worked out in that locker room, worked out in the weight room all the time, and he studied the playbook, and here he is making plays for the Red Devils on Friday night.
So now Hunterdon Central will have another opportunity down by 7 in the start of the second quarter, right after this punt from the Raiders. It's their first punt of the game. That will just be looked at, and it'll be down at the 1-yard line. That was a great punt right there by Matt Hendricks for the Raiders. That was his first punt of the day, and it was a perfect one. It's placed on the 1-yard line for Christian Shaw and company.
And Anthony Valentino, that ball got dangerously close to bouncing up to him. And that's something that the coaches always teach. And that might be on Sean Parker, because his job, when he's not going to return that, he needs to start yelling, fire, fire, meaning everyone get away from this ball.
Yeah, that did almost touch him. But, and then if it did touch him, they could have picked it up and brought it right into the end zone.
And it would have been a short run here at the 1-yard line.
This looks open shit.
So Christian Shaw and the rest of his offense are backed up in a big hole right here at their own 1-yard line. We'll see if they just run it out, which they will to Devin Treshock. And that's going to be a safety. He's dropped back, and that's going to be David Amwonkwa on the play. So it's 9-0 Hillsborough now. So first play, you were afraid of that on the 1-yard line, and he comes up with a big play.
And it looked like there was a hole right up right to his left side. He could have hit that. It would have been a big game, but it would have got him out of the end zone. So when he tried to bounce it out, the linebackers pounced, and he saw that chance for a safety. Now the score is 9-0.
Yeah, wow. So the great pump by Matt Hendricks sets up a safety. Now that Raiders team is all fired up on the sideline as they take a 2-possession score, 9-0 now. And Hunterdon Central's offense will get the ball back. Hopefully not on the 1-yard line again, as they'll be punting it. It'll be a safety punt from Matt Hendricks.
Now I see this offense really needs to start getting something rolling here. Down 9-0. So far this year, they do not have any comeback wins. And see late in the early in the second quarter, already down early. And the offense, we have seen no signs of life from them, either to be the run game or the pass game.
44, Ryan Sullivan will kick.
Yeah, Hunterdon Central obviously losing 26-7 last game. 7 points, not really ideal. You're not going to win a lot of games if you score 7 points and only 1 touchdown. So Christian Shaw and the rest of this offense trying to get something going, but it's going to be Ryan Sullivan back there to kick it off. And that's going to go out of bounds. It's a flag.
I see for college or high school rules we see on safeties the team does kick it off back. Our apologies, forgot about that here. And now we see the flag here. That ball when it goes out of bounds on the kickoff, the ball's going to be spot at the 40-yard line. Not much of an improvement there.
Yeah. So the offense for Hillsborough coming back out on the field with a 9-0 lead. Let's see if Matt Moore's back in the game after Joe Schultz was taking a couple snaps prior. That last drive, it was a 3-and-out.
I think the most important thing here for whichever Hillsborough quarterback it is, make sure you secure that snap, because all you want to do, hand that ball off to Tyler Boatwright. You got yourself a 9-0 lead. Just run that ball right down the middle of the defense.
First down, Hillsborough on the 45-yard line.
Right now the referee's trying to get the ball placement as it'll be placed at the Hunterdon Central 45-yard line. So great field position again for Hillsborough, trying to tack on some more points.
And it's really been the story of the season so far for the Red Devils defense. They have just been backed up so much this year. Offense, with the amount of turnovers they have, it's really hard for this defense to try to keep the offense on the ball when they're always backed up on their own territory and they barely get a rest.
So it's going to be Joel Schultz still in at quarterback. 2 receivers to the right. Looks left. Has some pressure. He gets out of it as he's rolling right, and he just throws it. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Might be pass interference as it was intended for Jackson Parham.
Number 5, Joe Schultz.
And Schultz showing that composure as a senior quarterback. The defense in his face, Orion, pressure coming in by Corey Keener, did not panic and just rolled out to his right. And now we're waiting to see what this penalty is going to be.
Yeah, the refs huddling up to discuss this one. Here in the second quarter, 9-0 Hillsborough in Hillsborough. Hunterdon Central sitting at 2-3. Losing their last one, 26-7 against Elizabeth.
And see the call here. It's going to be illegal touching, and the wide receiver ran out of bounds and came back onto the field with no defender touching him.
Yes, that'll back it up, and now the ball will be placed in Hillsborough territory. So this is going to be first down, and it seems like a mile away. The first down is all the way at the Hunterdon Central 30-yard line, and they're at their own 40 now.
As the penalties have just been devastating on both teams early on in this game. I see it's going to be a good chance here for the corners to try to prove themselves. I see it looks like it's going to be some obvious passing downs.
Yeah, Parham and Brown are both on the right side of your screen, on the bottom of your screen, as Schultz drops back, looks that way. He's going to be pressured, and he has some room to run as he just throws it, and it's going to be completed over there to Brown. And he's still going. You're going to need a whole truckload of Central players to take him down, as that's going to get him back to about the 40-yard line, so it'll be now second down and about 5. So big reception right there for Hillsborough.
And once again, Schultz not panicking with that pressure in his face, rolling out, and he's able to find his man down the field, because it's always so hard for these cornerbacks. They can only cover for so long till that wide receiver is going to break free. Now I see a timeout here taken by the Red Devils.
Yeah, smart timeout, because that was a big completion. You obviously don't want to give up any more points after the safety and after the first touchdown on the drive, as the offense is still struggling here for Hunterdon Central. The defense did come up big couple drives this game, so we'll see if they can do it again, but they gave up a huge play right there, Joe Schultz to Justin Brown. It'll now be 2nd and 5 as Hillsborough's offense comes back onto the field.
And if you're Hillsborough, you have to be happy with the production you're getting out of your quarterback, Joe Schultz. Putting him in that game not as a starter, he was not afraid at all, came right in, made a couple of smart plays, able to avoid the defense, and making a few good completions.
So 2nd and 5, and they'll hand it off here, and as he's still going, as that was Greg Album on the carry.
An interesting setup we saw there for that handoff. Looked like he was going left to Boatwright, just spun around there and handed that ball off to Album. And he's running, and he's going to be, and he is short of the first down though.
Yeah, so it's going to be 3rd and about 1 right here. As now it's going to be Jack Edwards as the fullback, as Boatwright is behind him. We'll see. And they will run it. And they have the first down and a couple more. So just great plays. You get a huge reception and then a couple nice runs. And now you're looking at a first down at the Hunterdon Central 32-yard line.
And you have to be wondering for the Red Devils what went wrong. It's about a 1st and 25. A team should not be able to move a ball so effectively with such long downs.
So the pitch to Boatwright to the left has some blockers in front of him, but taken down over there by number 51. That's Corey Keener.
And Corey Keener coming in trying to step up for Andrew Knight. And those are some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But he did a great job of wrapping up Boatwright there and bringing him to the ground. Now touching back on Andrew Knight. He's the only player for the Red Devils as a freshman to be playing on that champion team. He knows what it takes to win.
Yes, exactly. So Schultz drops back, looks left, throws, and that's going to be picked off by Anthony Valentino. He has some blockers in front of him, has the quarterback to beat, and he'll be still up, and it's going to be a touchdown for Hunterdon Central. Oh, what a play by Anthony Valentino. That is huge right there, as Hillsborough was threatening, and it's going to be a pick 6 for Anthony Valentino and Hunterdon Central's defense. The defense coming up big again.
See, Valentino, the first start of his career, couldn't ask for a better start with the pick 6. Something you have to love, and just a great play on that defense, doing the cover 2, as he was able to. He looked like he was on that receiver making the slant. So Moore thought he had a wide open, or not Moore, Schultz thought he had a wide open flat, and when he threw that, put some lob on it. Valentino read it the entire way, picked that off, and it looked like no doubt he thought he was going to get in.
Here's Derek Scott to tack on the extra point to make this a 2-point game, and he does just that. So instead of it being, 16-0 Hillsborough, it is now 9-7 Hillsborough as Hunterdon Central's defense comes up big here in the second quarter, because that could have turned ugly and out of reach real fast.
And the Red Devils defense, they never get upset with that offense if they're struggling.
Yeah.
All they know that the pressure's a little bit more on them, and when the pressure's on them, obviously they can step up and make some big plays.
So 2 interceptions for this Hunterdon Central defense, one by Liam Walker in the first, and now Anthony Valentino as he runs it 69 yards to the house. Hillsborough 9, Central 7. Central will be kicking this one away. And Coach Parati must be very happy with his defense right there.
As that's something, he spends a lot of time with that defense. And it's something he knows when that offense is struggling, he can always rely on his defense. Now it's going to be interesting to see what Hillsborough are going to do, whether they're going to go back to Matt Moore or they're going to keep Joe Schultz in the game.
Thank you for your sponsorship.
Yeah, I know. We'll see. Matt Moore was playing really well. Obviously did have the 1 interception, but that was on 4th and 11, so didn't really do anything. But this one leading to a score for Joe Schultz throwing the pick to Anthony Valentino.
And something I was interested with Valentino getting a decision to start is that we've seen early on in games when they need to put in some other corners, they usually go with senior corner, either John Mavrodi or Pars for 2, but they're just going to decide to take that risk, throw in the junior, and put him right into the fire, but he made some big plays.
Ryan Sullivan with the kick, and Parham will pick it up around the 10-yard line, run backwards, trying to find a hole, and breaks a tackle, and taken down and around the 11. So nice play by the Central special teams getting down there and making the stop at around the 11, 12-yard line. So Central's defense will have them back in their territory, Hillsborough's territory, to start off this one.
And you have to wonder what Parham was thinking on that play. Just letting that kick die out, he might have thought it was either going out of bounds or into that end zone, but once he saw that thing died, he picked it up and he saw a bunch of Central defenders right in his face immediately.
He started running backwards trying to find something, but that one just didn't work.
And starting off at the 11-yard line, that play could have been a whole lot uglier when he picked that ball up at the 2.
So Matt Moore will be in at quarterback, like we all thought after that interception by Joe Schultz. Moore will hand it off to Boatwright, has some blockers going right, and taken down around the 19, second down.
And you have to wonder if the quarterback changes, that might be affecting the offense a little bit, because something they love to see some consistency, but when they see going back and forth, they see one player making a mistake and throwing another one, it really might start affecting these wide receivers and the O-line.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So the ball is at the Hillsborough 19, second down. Boatwright to the right of Matt Moore. Moore looks left, throws left, and that's almost picked off by Liam Walker again, but it's batted down, intended to Jake Pollock, the Hillsborough tight end.
And now you see, as happy as the Red Devils are with that play, they're starting to yell at each other with their. Musa Hemby thought the cover was different. He wasn't in the right spot there. And as happy are you got that pass deflection, you want to make sure your defense knows what they're doing on every play.
Yeah, Liam Walker almost came away with his second pick right there. That would have been huge for this defense.
And Walker just read the quarterback's eyes the entire way as he just orchestrated that pass.
So on third down, there's a stoppage of play. The referees will huddle up, see what this is. As Hillsborough will be backed up as a false start is called on them. So it's going to be third down and long. So Hunterdon Central's defense, you already saw Joe Schultz complete a long pass prior to his interception. We'll see if the defensive backs for Hunterdon Central can keep this one contained within the four-down territory.
And the biggest thing is that now you have Moore in at quarterback. We see he doesn't have as much mobility, but we see just going with an easy handoff and playing it conservative deep in your own territory.
So Matt Hendricks will now be coming out to punt for Hillsborough, and all signs point to Hunterdon Central having, if all things go well, pretty good field position to start off this drive, down by 2. Matt Hendricks will be in his own end zone. 9-7 Hillsborough. Hunterdon Central picking off one off the throw by Joel Schultz. Anthony Valentino took it 69 yards. And that one's almost blocked by Musa Hemby, as that kick is going to roll some. Good bounce to about the 45-yard line of Hillsborough. So Hunterdon Central will be starting out with this ball in great field position. And we'll see what Christian Shaw and his offense can do down by 2 here.
And Musa Hemby just showing a lot of speed coming off that end. And we saw, it looked like Hillsborough, they thought he was just going to go back and try to block. But when he came off that edge, no one saw it coming. And he almost got a hand on that ball.
Yeah, that would have been huge for Hunterdon Central. So we'll see if the pick 6 from Hunterdon Central's defense might give the offense some momentum here. Frank DePaul in the bottom of your screen. Christian Shaw shotgun with Blake Leeds right to the left of him. Shaw drops back and throws it deep, and that's going to be completed over there to the number 86, Luke Pizzico, the tight end. So Luke Pizzico, his first reception of the game, gets Hunterdon Central a first down, and now will be 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line of Hillsborough.
And not only first reception of the game, first reception of the season, doing a great job. And we saw just a mismatch on that linebacker. He's just too fast. He went right by him immediately. Shaw identified the mismatch, did a good job making the throw.
Yeah, when you can get a tight end involved like they are with Luke Pizzico, that's always something. And Shaw, nice window, but right behind Rob Martucci, incomplete, be 2nd down and 10. He had his guy there just a little behind him.
See, but still a good job identifying, seeing that zone coverage, and picking out where his wide receiver is going to be. At this point now, he just needs to execute the throws.
So 2 passes to start out this drive, 1 completed for a first down and 1 incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Rob Martucci at the top of your screen with Frank DePaula at the bottom. You got Nick Bryant and Blake Leeds in the backfield. This one, Shaw will just take it himself, but he is taken down by the Raiders.
And something interesting, we saw Shaw in those first 2 games, he's actually Hunterdon Central's leading rusher. He did a good job running that ball early on in the game when But obviously now Devin Trackshaw coming on strong in these last 3 games. But that is always something a good play having your back pocket with the quarterback draw.
So Luke Jansen will be matched up on 3rd and long against Frank DePaula, Shaw's primary target. We'll see what they do right here. 2 running backs in the backfield. Shaw drops back, and he's looking for his man Frank DePaula, and it's complete over there, but that will be short of a first down, pick of about 5. So we'll see if the field goal unit comes out for Hunterdon Central to take the lead.
See that route? That's a timing route. And Shaw was just off on it because by the time he made that throw, the defense already saw DePaula there sitting in that pocket. Easy to get to him in time and wrap him up.
So the offense is still out on the field. Instead of just kicking the field goal to try to take the lead, they want to go for it on about 4th and 6. Now it's going to be a timeout, Hunterdon Central, as Parati wants to talk this one over. What would you do here? Would you try to go for it and see what the offense can do, or would you kick the field goal and try to take the points?
Well, it's tough to think about that because as a regular football fan, I think you always get the points on the board.
Yeah.
But this is no regular football fan. We have Coach Parati, the most unconservative coach in Hunterdon Central history.
And it has worked for him. He only had 1 losing season, and now he's entering his 13th year. So he's doing a great job with this team. And it's just some rebuilding stages for Hunterdon Central, but great job by Coach Parati in his tenure with the Hunterdon Central Red Devils.
And you can't deny the success. So whatever Parati goes with, I think that has to be the best decision possible. So if he thinks leaving this offense back on the field is going to help them win the game, I'm all for it. Now, see, checking into the game is wide receiver number 17, Ben Kenyon, getting his first snap of the game, and it's going to be a big one here.
Yeah, so you got Ben Kenyon to the left alongside Frank DePaula. You got Blake Leeds and Nick Bryant in the backfield. Bryant in motion to the left. Shaw, shotgun, gets it, rolls left. This is hard for a righty quarterback. Throws it, and it's complete. Caught over there by Ben.
And Ben Kenyon making that big reception. And that's something the defense, they might have not worried about. Almost like, all right, here we just have a junior wide receiver. He never gets in the game. And they just let him slip underneath in the coverage. And out Hunterdon Central threatening. And Coach Parati showing once again, he always knows what that right decision is.
Yeah, Coach Parati coming up big time with that play. Is, like you said, Ben Kenyon going in. Hasn't been in the game. He is going to be on this play too. Frank DePaula and him are on the right side now, the top of your screen. And Shaw and company threatening here, 1st and goal, as they hand it off to the big man Nick Bryant, pounding through, still on his feet, as just pushed back by the Raiders defense.
See Bryant fighting with all his might, trying to move that ball, but with nowhere to go. The Raiders defense was eventually able to bring him down. See, Hunterdon Central so close to the end zone and down by 2. I'm going to besides that, if this unconservative coach might go a little bit conservative here and just try to run this ball with the strong rushing attack he has.
2nd down and goal. Ben Kenyon still in the game. Frank DePaula also to the left of your screen. And Shaw, and that's going to be incomplete. They try to slant route with Ben Kenyon, as that was Charles Amwonkwa on the coverage.
See Kenyon coming up limping here a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to stay in that game.
Yeah, he's been 3 straight plays, so he is getting some playing time. Obviously, you want a tall, lengthy receiver in these kind of situations to see if you can go with a fade route. They tried the slant route right there, didn't work. And now 3rd and goal for Hunterdon Central. Need about 5 yards to get into the end zone.
You know, it's interesting. This is a new look for the Central's offense, as we usually see Anthony Schnitzline and David Shire out here. Instead of like Luke Pitsko and Ben Kenyon in, they're stepping up and making some plays.
And that one is going to be caught. Touchdown, Frank DePaula on the reception. Hunterdon Central coming up big right there. Christian Shaw put it right on the money. So Hunterdon Central, they were facing a 4th down. We were debating whether they should just take the points. Coach Parati goes for it. Ben Kenyon with the reception to bring it to the 5-yard line. And obviously on 3rd and goal right there, Christian Shaw throws a 5-yard touchdown to his man, Frank DePaula.
And DePaula has been such a great receiver all year. I think there's no doubt that when you're that close to the end zone, you throw that ball to your big body receiver.
Derek Scott puts in the extra point. So Hunterdon Central, which was just down 9-0, seems like not too long ago, scores 14 unanswered on a pick 6 by Anthony Valentino, and now a touchdown by the offense. We were talking about, will that interception maybe give some momentum to the offense. They charge right down and put a touchdown on the board. 14-9 Hunterdon Central as Hillsborough on the offense, and Matt Moore will be coming back right after this kickoff.
And it looked like the Raiders, they're ready to run away at that game. Anthony Valentino taking that ball back to the house, really changed the momentum here. And now it's going to be on Matt Moore to see if he can get that momentum back for this Raiders offense.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Coach Prouty must be extremely happy that that play worked out and then they executed it perfectly. Ben Kenyon, like you said, who hasn't played, comes in, runs a perfect route, and Christian Shaw put that one right on the money on a big 4th down.
Seeing these last 2 drives for the Raiders, a name that we haven't stated a lot, Tyler Boatwright.
Yeah.
After starting off the game so strong, the Red Devils really starting to shut him down here.
Exactly. Hunterdon Central Red Devils defense and defensive line doing a great job. So here's Ryan Sullivan ready to kick this one off, and that'll be caught around the 15-yard line. And it'll be taken down. It's Boatwright over there, and he'll be taken down around the 23-yard line. So Hunterdon Central's defense coming out again as Moore and his offense will come at their own 23-yard line right here. 1st and 10 Hillsborough.
Now it's going to be interesting to see how's this Raider squad going to respond to this adversity. So early on when they go down in the season, they just get down themselves. Obviously lost against Bridgewater 10-30 and lost against Ridge last week 20-44.
So Matt Moore and his offense comes out on the field, 3 receivers set with Boatwright in the backfield. Moore drops back, looks left, throws too high for his intended receiver.
And so you're looking for number 3 again, Luke Jansen. That's the second time he's overthrown him on that route when he's open.
So Hunterdon Central's defense now looking at a 2nd down and 10. As Hillsborough, as Matt Moore overshoots his receiver Jansen.
And Moore, he has that thought in the back of his head, are the coaches going to put Schultz back in if I start to struggle? And that just puts so much more pressure on him.
And that one's almost picked off. Liam Walker with the tip. And he's been all over the field tonight. Great job by Liam Walker.
And Walker, he covers like a safety, but he hits like a linebacker. And that's something coaches love to have, that versatility, and showing that versatility on the pass defense.
Yeah, Liam Walker and Justin Dunleavy, the primary cornerbacks of this Central defense, as Hillsborough calls a timeout. It's going to be 3rd and 10 as 2 straight incompletions, and the passes were a little too high for Matt Moore in the offense.
See, something that the Raiders have been doing well in this game is running the ball. In the last few drives, not as successfully, but you still have to wonder, just run the ball. That's your bread and butter right there. And the Boatwright unable, and not giving Boatwright these carries on the first 2 downs, now it looks like an obvious passing down here for the Raiders.
Again, Hunterdon Central Television is our YouTube channel. We would like you to subscribe, and you can watch all the Hunterdon Central football games this season and the rest of Hunterdon Central television sports. Hunterdon Central 14-9, 14 unanswered points, as Hillsborough's offense will be facing a 3rd and 10 right here, backed up on their own 23-yard line.
And the Red Devils really pushing to get back to 500 after suffering that loss to Elizabeth on their homecoming game at Stewart Field, 26-7. And that was such a tough game for the Red Devils because they were in that game throughout the entire way. Just fumbles cost them late in that game.
Yeah, some big turnovers for Hunterdon Central in their last game. But now no turnovers in this game so far and 2 picks for their defense. So +2 on the turnover differential has them leading this one by 5. As Moore rolls and, that one's just dropped by his tight end Jake Pollock. That would have gave him the 1st down. Big drop. Hunterdon Central's defense gets a little break right there. Jake Pollock can't believe he just dropped that one.
And Pollock, he's already looking. He's looking around after that play. Can't believe he dropped it. As he said, he took his eyes off that ball. He's looking what he's going to do, start running the ball. But most importantly, you have to catch that ball first.
So Matt Hendricks will be punting this one away. David Shire back to return.
See Musa Hemby coming off the edge again.
Yeah.
Almost got that block on the last punt.
We'll see if they adjust and put a blocker, but this time Musa just drops back. Matt Hendricks with no problem gets this one off, and that's going to be a fair catch, and he drops the ball. David Shire just dropped the football. So that'll be a first down. Hillsborough, they're claiming they have it, and they do have it, as Hunterdon Central's David Shire muffs the football. Jack Edwards comes up with the football. Wow, big play.
And that punt just dropped on Shire.
Yeah.
You saw it just came down a lot faster than he expected, tried to slide it and catch it, just unable to get there, bounced off his hands. And good job by Hillsborough just jumping on that ball the moment they saw it hit the ground.
Yeah, David Shire was calling for the fair catch right there, but the ball just seemed to carry a little bit in front of him and fingertipped it as it just dropped in front of him. So Matt Moore in this offense will have another opportunity. They hand it off to Boatwright, and he's just swallowed up behind the lines. That's Corey Keener. Great job by Keener on that one.
And you saw Keener coming for Andrew Knight. Those first 2 games he was in, he really struggled. First time on that varsity level. But now he looks more comfortable in the role, and he's really stepping up big here for the Red Devils when they need it the most.
Tyler Boatwright is really struggling so far in this second quarter, as the Hunterdon Central defense has been coming up big. You could tell he's a little frustrated with himself. Now Greg Auburn is in their album, and that's going to be a false start on Jake Pollock. So dropped the football, and now a false start. Let's see if he can come up big with a plug.
And if you're Boatwright, I think you have to be frustrated. You have to wonder what his mindset is, because he could be thinking, hey, you know, I'm doing such a great job in this game.
Yeah.
Just feed me the ball, get us back into this. But now seeing 4 back-to-back pass plays, he can't be happy about that.
Yeah. So it'll be now second down and about 15. They have 5 receivers, nobody in the backfield. Matt Moore, shotgun, takes it, and they'll throw it to Parham, and he'll be taken down by Keener. Gets to about the 47-yard line, their own 47-yard line.
Keener, one of those faster D linemen out there. Once he saw that ball was passed, broke off his blocker and went down the field to make that tackle.
So Hillsborough will be facing a 3rd and 9 right here. Hunterdon Central's defense trying to get off the field again. Another 3 and out. Hunterdon Central's defense has given up that touchdown on the first drive to this offense. Has looked really, really good so far in this game, as this will be a timeout as Hillsborough wants to talk it over on 3rd and long.
So as you were saying, that first drive, they went right down the field, put the touchdown on the board. Second drive looked like they're going to put another one on the board, but penalties killed them. And ever since that drive, they have just been struggling since.
Yeah, they have been. A couple interceptions, a couple 3 and outs. Had to punt it away a couple times. Hunterdon Central scoring 14 unanswered. Big job by the defense, and great job by the offense going down and going forward on that 4th and 6 to score and ended up scoring the touchdown.
But if there's anyone that knows how to stop a quarterback, it's this man right here, Coach Bill, the defensive coordinator for the Red Devils. The man himself, he was a quarterback. He was the starting quarterback for Penn State, and was even in the NFL a little bit as a backup quarterback for the Buffalo Bills.
That's really interesting right there. So Hunterdon Central's got some really good coaches over there on that sideline, starting at the top of Parati. 3 receivers set. His album's still in there. This time he's going to be swallowed up behind the line more, as he's going to be taken down by number 56, Victor Lacombe.
Lacombe was a player that Parati just loves. He thinks he's a big physical player. I don't know, sophomore year, when Lacombe, he even gave him that number of number 2, such a great number for the Red Devils, as the success they had with that number in the past.
Yeah, obviously talking about Jason Kabinda just a couple years ago. So Hunterdon Central comes up with a big sack, and it'll be 4th and about 15, as they'll be punting this one away, obviously. Matt Hendricks will have to come back out.
As Red Devils defense really put a stop to Tyler Boatwright, making some big plays and getting their team back into this game. And more importantly, with that touchdown, they gave the offense the momentum to go get the touchdown of their own.
So Matt Hendricks, we've seen a lot of him tonight. We'll be punting it off again to David Shire, who literally just muffed one not too long ago. So we'll see if he can catch one right here, maybe get a couple return yards back for Hunterdon Central.
It's going to be important for him to have a short memory. And it actually looks like they put Sean Parker back there.
Yeah, Sean Parker's in the game. Coach Prati obviously switching it up a little bit right there after Shire dropped the football. But Hunterdon Central will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line here.
I think he might have made that switch, not because he doesn't trust Shire, but because that muff punt was as you said, just minutes ago.
Yeah.
Something that he thinks Shire still might be in his head about it. He wants to play it safe and get Parker out there to get that catch.
So Christian Shaw and his offense coming off a touchdown drive their last time out. See if they can duplicate that right here as Frank DePaula. And you still see Ben Kenyon still out there for Hunterdon Central. Coach Prati liked what he saw his last time out, so give it a try. As we haven't seen, Rob Martucci is in, but we haven't seen Anthony Schnitzline in a while. And play action pass gives it over to Ben Kenyon on the left side, and he gets to about the 28. Football's out, but they're going to say he was down. As Hillsborough disagrees, they want that football. But nice play by Ben Kenyon over there, his second reception of the night.
No, even though they are saying he is down, coaches want to get in the ear of the young wide receiver, make sure that he holds on to that ball all the way down to the ground.
It's going to be 2nd down now and about 3 receivers. You got Ben Kenyon, Rob Martucci at the top of your screen with Frank DePaula working on Luke Jansen. So Christian Shaw drops back. They're pass friendly here in the 2nd quarter as they get it over to Ben Kenyon. Again, that's a 1st down. He's really having a great game right here with his 3rd catch. Back-to-back catches for the 1st down for Hunterdon Central, and they're moving.
And coming into this game, I don't think the Raiders had any idea who Kenyon is, but they know he is now with a couple of big catches here.
So obviously, why would you take him out? He's still in there at the top of your screen. Frank DePaul at the bottom of your screen. And Shaw passing again off here on 1st and 10. Pressured in the pocket, tries to get away, and he's going to be ripped down and taken down. And there's going to be a flag. That might be a big hit. That was a big hit by Kyle Kaufman of the Raiders.
And Kaufman, he had Shaw wrapped up. He brought him out of bounds. There's no need to throw him to the ground like that.
Yeah, that's going to be a horse collar.
And Parati definitely got in the ears of the refs there because he hates to see that quarterback. He put 3 years invested in him, and he wants to see that success on the field. I hate to see him get injured on a dirty hit like that.
So this ball will be placed at exactly the 50-yard line. Fresh set of downs for Hunterdon Central.
50-yard line.
And now Hunterdon Central's offense moving. They start at their own 23-yard line. And now they have 3 wide receivers set with Blake Leeds on the left of Christian Shaw. Christian Shaw loves working out of the shotgun, which he does right here. Pressured again, directing traffic, and that one's going to be incomplete. Rob Martucci, you can see, took his eyes off and was already trying to run down the field before he had the ball.
And basically for Martucci on that play, he knew he had 4 Raiders defenders right around him, trying to catch that ball, maybe weave out of the way or avoid a big hit, but just unable to come up with the catch.
2nd down and 10. Earlier in this game, you just saw run after run after run, and now a lot of passes here for the Central offense. We haven't seen Devin Treshock in a while, as Blake Leeds has been in the backfield. 2nd down and 10, Central with a 5-point lead. Shaw drops back, pass again, goes deep on the right sideline, and that's going to be almost picked off, intended to Ben Kenyon. That was almost picked off, but lucky for Hunterdon Central is just incomplete.
And Shaw's thinking right here, Kenyon, he's hot, man. Let me just keep feeding him the ball here, give him a jump ball, try to go up there. And that's a ball where it's either Kenyon's going to catch that or the ball's going to sail out of bounds unless the corner makes an acrobatic play.
So Central will now be facing a 3rd down and 10. The offense was moving before the last 2 incompletions. We'll see what they can do here. They need to get to the 40-yard line. Hillsborough 40-yard line for the 1st down. Same formation where Blake leads to the right of Shaw. Hillsborough sends 4 men. Shaw throwing left, deep, and that's going to be caught. Frank DePaula for the touchdown. There is a flag on the play. And it might be a push in the back. That might be on Frank DePaula. You can see him just push. That looked like Luke Jansen out of the way to catch that one. And Hunterdon Central, you can see Ben Kenyon disagrees with the call. Frank DePaula, obviously, he wants his second touchdown of the game. But Hunterdon Central, that's a big penalty on them.
And DePaula, he is wide open on that play. Why? Because he pushes receiver down to the ground. There's always going to be a penalty call like that.
Yeah, and especially when there's one receiver, one cornerback right there, and you do that, it's obviously blatant. And Hunterdon Central, instead of having a touchdown, they'll be backed up all the way to their own 35-yard line. 15-yard penalty right there on Hunterdon Central.
So the refs on that play obviously looking, when they saw DePaula make that extension with his arms, and once they saw that, and they saw the corner go to the down, easy call for the refs.
It's going to be 3rd down and 25 for Hunterdon Central. They need to get to the Hillsborough 40-yard line for the first down. We'll see what Christian Shaw does right here. He drops back, looks left, trying to find one of his receivers, gets flushed out of the pocket, and it's going to be caught over there by Ben Kenyon, but very short of the first down, about 9 yards short. See what Coach Parati wants to do here. Shaw is still out there right now. Look at that. He's giving his offense. They got it on 4th and 6 last time, so why not go for it on 4th and 9?
I think after that great catch by Kenyon, just keep running with it. You have all the momentum. Defense playing great. Why not go for it?
And there it is. Shaw throws it deep and incomplete, as that was almost Jackson Parham. Jackson Parham on the interception, but they tried it on 4th and 9 and obviously didn't really work, and now that's the end of the half, so really nothing obviously go wrong there for Hunterdon Central, let's just say. So at the end of the first half, it's 14-9 Hunterdon Central, 14 unanswered points. We'll be right back.
No more, it's none of my business.
No more, I'm sure they'll work it out.
No more, boys will be boys.
No more, I'll say something next time.
No more, why didn't she tell anyone?
No more, she was flirting with him.
No more, she's too smart to let that happen.
No more, not my problem.
No more, he didn't mean it.
No more, why doesn't she just leave?
No more, he said he was sorry.
No more, she was drunk.
No more, she was asking for it.
No more, she seems just fine to me.
No more, she should have been more careful.
No more, we don't talk about that.
No more bystanding.
No more ignorance.
No more excuses.
No more.
No more.
No more.
Now entering the field from Hillsborough, New Jersey, the Hillsborough High School Raider Marching Band. On the field, the band is under the direction of drum majors Ryan Barrett and Emily Oakman. This year's show is entitled Lincolnshire Posy, a collection of musical wildflowers. Selections include Lisbon, Porkstow Grange, Rufford Park Poachers, The Brisk Young Sailor, Lord Melbourne, and The Lost Lady Found. Direction of drum majors Ryan Barry and Emily Oppenheimer, the pride of Hillsborough, the Hillsborough High School Raider Marching Band.
We're back here in Hillsborough. Hillsborough Raiders will be getting the ball to start off the second half, down by 5. The score's 14-9. Matt Moore started it off with a touchdown pass to Jackson Parham, for the first touchdown of the game. Now Ryan Sullivan will be kicking this one off, and then Hunterdon Central obviously got a pick 6 by Anthony Valentino, and then a touchdown pass to Frank DePaula from Christian Shaw. So this one will be returned to about the 24-25 yard line of the Raiders, so they'll start off 1st and 10.
And it looked like early on in this game, The Raiders are en route for another blowout win, but the Red Devils just switch the momentum there on defense with that pick six. And one of the biggest things leading to this comeback for the Red Devils is that they have just completely shut down Boatwright for the Raiders.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Boatwright usually having big games rushing. He struggled. And sometimes he has had big runs slipping out of the defenders, but so far tonight, Hunterdon Central's kept him in check. So Matt Moore obviously in at quarterback with Boatwright in the backfield, looking to have a big second half. Hunterdon Central's defense, after giving up the first touchdowns, looked really sharp in the rest of the first quarter and in the second quarter. And that's going to be a fumble. That's going to be dropped off the exchange. They're going to say he's down, but Corey Keener came up with that one.
First down, Hunterdon Central.
Looks like here.
Yeah, they're saying touchdown Hunterdon Central right now. As that was, Billy Hutchings on the return. As Hillsborough's looking a little confused as to what just happened. But
now it looks like they're saying
they're having a discussion right here. It's going to be Hunterdon Central's ball. They're going to say he picked it up, but he was down. Okay, so we got that all cleared up. So first play of the second half, and the exchange from Moore to Boatwright, they drop it. So a big fumble right there as Hunterdon Central have first and 10 from Hillsborough's 25. You got Ben Kenyon in there alongside Frank DePaula as they hand it off, and it looked like he was going to have a burst of speed of Devin Treshock, but he's tripped up and taken down for about a gain of 1 or 2.
See, and that's the opportunity for the Raiders to try to capture this momentum away from the Red Devils. But on the first play, second half, Red Devils just took that momentum back and already threatening early on here.
This would be second down and about 8. They'll keep going with this formation. They have the 2 receivers, and they do have Luke Pizzico, the tight end, on the right side of the line, but they hand it off to the big man, Nick Bryant. He's tripped up for a couple, now facing about 3rd down and 6.
And Bryant, he's your running back. He's going to get you those tough yards. He doesn't have the same explosive speed that, let's say, Devin Treshock or Blake Leeds has, but it takes a lot to bring him down.
Yes. So 3rd down right here for Hunterdon Central. First play of the second half. The Raiders fumbled the football. Hunterdon Central, Billy Hutchings jumped on it. So Hunterdon Central's offense looking to tack on more points right here. And we're going to say false start, as obviously the Raiders are pointing to the Hunterdon Central offense, and Hunterdon Central's not even pointing to the Raiders, saying no, it was all them, and that's going to be a false start as they're already walking back.
And see, and when you know it's you, it's no point to try to argue. Just get your head back in the game. And now setting up from going from a 3rd and medium, now 3rd and long.
Yeah. It's going to be 3rd and 11 right here for Hunterdon Central. Most likely going to be looking at a pass play right here. You got Ben Kenyon and Frank DePaula obviously still in the game. Frank DePaula had the first touchdown for Hunterdon Central. Hunterdon Central's offense, first touchdown for Hunterdon Central was pick 6 by Anthony Valentino, but a 5-yard touchdown pass on 3rd and goal from Christian Shaw to Frank DePaula in the second quarter. So here Shaw rolls left, looks left, throws left, and that one's almost picked off out there by number 2, David Amwankwa. As he's going to bring up 4th and long.
See, on that play, it looked like Shaw was trying to find Luke Pizzico, but really he had nowhere to go with that ball. Pizzico is well covered, and there's already 3 Raiders around him. But now it looks like Pride is going to keep his offense on the field.
So they're 1 for 2 on 4th down today. They converted the first one leading to a touchdown, and then the second one was incomplete. And now Hunterdon Central 4th and about 11 right here. You got Frank DePaula, Ben Kenyon, and now you have also Rob Martucci on the top of your screen. So 4th and 11, Shaw drops back, has 4 receivers to look for, and that's going to be caught by Ben Kenyon. He's right at the line, but this might be short. Yeah, looks to be a little short. I think they need to get to the 15. Yeah, that's going to be 1st and 10 Hillsborough.
And see, that's a great completion. You get that on 2nd or 3rd down, but when you need to push that first down on 4th down, I think that's something on Ben Kenyon, because he needs to know where he is on the field. And I think Shaw, he had to be thinking, all right, my wide receiver, he knows it's 4th down. Let's just throw this ball to him and get the completion or get the first down, but not knowing that he was short of it.
So Hunterdon Central turns it over on downs and field goal territory, but obviously they like to go for it on 4th down, as you can see from this game. Hillsborough's offense back on the field. First play of the second half was a fumble, and Boatwright's still in there under the center, and then he falls down is Moore. So obviously in high school you hit the ground, you're down, so that's not a fumble, but a little sloppy to start it off the first 2 plays of these first 2 drives in the second half for the Raiders.
And we can't really tell what happened on a play. Moore might have just tripped over his own feet, might have tripped over his own O-lineman, but either way, just a bad start for this Raiders team. And really now looking at this 2nd and long, you have to wonder, are they going to try to go to Boatwright? Because they still have a lot of yardage left to go.
They're going to hand it off to Boatwright here, has some blockers, has a big burst of speed, and he's tripped up, but gets all the way to about the 28 for the first down. Huge gain right there. You can see he had determination in his eyes right there after the early struggles.
See, he's a little upset with himself. He thought he could have had a touchdown on that play. Just got ran down from Caleb Slaughter in behind. Didn't really make the tackle. All he did was trip him up, but it was enough for that.
So 1st and 10 on their own 26-yard line. And that one's going to hit the ground, as now it'll be 2nd down. Well, it's going to be a false start. There's a flag on the play.
And we saw Moore a little unhappy with that snap. Just smacking that ball on the ground and letting his center know that he put that too low for him to handle.
Yeah. So the false start will back him up. It'll be 2nd down and 15 now. Or 1st down and 15.
It always seems like whenever the Raiders, they start moving the ball well, it's always a penalty that comes in and kills the drive.
And they're going to hand it off to Boatwright going left, and he just runs over some of the Hunterdon Central defensive line, as that was Jake Jenkinson right there to take the blow on that one.
So good job picking up those penalty yardage back, putting his team at a 2nd and 10.
Evan Fiorini and Corey Keener, Billy Hudgens on that defensive line, looking to contain Boatwright. He looks like he's starting to get some fire going here. Play action pass, rolls left, and he has his man to complete. That's going to be Jake Pollock after the drop earlier on in the false start. It's a big play by Pollock getting into Hunterdon Central territory. Now be 1st and 10 at Central's 48-yard line.
And Moore, he never gave up on his tight end. He knew he's been struggling throughout this game, but it was only a matter of time before he breaks out the big catch like that.
Nice play by the Raiders right now, as their offense is moving down the field, down by 5 here in the 3rd quarter. Under the center is Moore. He's going to hand it off to Boatwright again. Has some blockers, has a burst of speed, and that's going to be another 1st down, as he's finally ripped down by Jack Covey.
But not before picking up the 1st down there, moving that ball well. And it's so great when you have that 1st down, and on that first play, you can get a big running play like that and keep the defense on its heels.
Yeah.
Let's go that first play.
Oh, now they're going to... So right on the field, they have it measured at 2nd and inches right now, but they're going to be looking to see if this is a 1st down, and they're going to give them the 1st down because they had it at 2nd and inches, and obviously they want to check on that. So Hillsborough will have the 1st down. Clock is running now, and their offense is moving down the field quickly at the Hunterdon Central 38-yard line. Under center again, and hand it off, and this time he's going to be taken down, as Nick Zahos was the first to meet him there. And Boatwright's still on the ground, a little shaken up, but gets up, seems to appear fine. He's just a little disappointed himself on that run.
It seems like with all these runs, Boatwright is getting up a little bit gingerly. I know he's going to be coming off the field, and it definitely doesn't look like he's going to be at 100% right now. He's just walking off.
Greg Album is back in the game. He's had a couple carries tonight. Shotgun formation, Moore hands it off, and that's going to be a pickup of about 3, as that was Kyle Kaufman on the carry.
And Kaufman, we've only seen it in that fullback spot, only blocking, but up to this point, but now getting that carry and moving the ball effectively here for a 3rd and short.
The 41-yard line.
3rd down for this Hillsborough team. See if Hunterdon Central come up with a big defensive stop right here. They're not in field goal range, obviously. So here, Hunterdon Central packs the box. 7 guys. It seems like they're going to have a blitz coming off with Nick Zayos on the right side. You can see Moore signaling to get that block. As he drops back, looks right, throws a deep ball, and it looks like it's going to be, let's see what the call is. And that's going to be a pass completed over there to Parham.
You see Justin Levy, he's unhappy with himself. He's in position to make that play, which is an acrobatic play by the wide receiver to go around him and come up with that catch.
Yeah, that might have been Brown on the reception, actually. So, but nice otherwise, nonetheless. Great job by the Raiders on 3rd down right there. So now they're looking at 1st and goal, down by 5. And Hunterdon Central's defense just couldn't come up with the stop there. Kyle Cool has just come into the game on the defensive line for Hunterdon Central.
See the Red Devils expecting to run, want to get some big bodies out here on this D-line.
I formation play action, fade to the back of the end zone, that's caught, touchdown, Jake Pollock. There he is, Jake Pollock coming up with another reception on this drive as Hillsborough takes the lead right back from Hunterdon Central. It's now 15-14, looking to make it we'll see if they go for 2 to make this a 3-point game. Looks like they are bringing on their kicking unit. But great job by Jake Pollock. 2 receptions on this drive, and obviously capping it off with a touchdown.
Now see, interesting decision here going with the extra point, because with that you're only up by 2. And now it's still a field goal, and still win the game for the Red Devils.
Yeah, a long time to go. 3rd quarter, a lot of football left, and Hunterdon Central will be getting the ball back. Down by 2 now. So we'll see what Coach Prodi wants to do. Is that the defense obviously gave up a couple big plays on that last drive to Hillsborough. That's their first touchdown since the first drive of the game. Matt Moore looked really sharp on that one.
And Moore, as you said, made the right decisions. He didn't hold on to that ball too long. And really coming in clutcher on that drive was Tyler Boatwright, keeping that defense on the heels and making some big runs.
Yeah, Tyler Boatwright, who struggled earlier in the game, comes out big and obviously runs really well. He was determined. You could tell it. He was really determined to get some big yards in that on some of those carries, which he did. So now Hunterdon Central's offense coming down by, they were down by 9 earlier, so 2 is really nothing. They're down by 1 possession, a field goal, and Christian Shaw has looked really sharp, throwing to Ben Kenyon and Frank DePaula. His 2 big targets. It's still surprising how Ben Kenyon has been the leading receiver for this Hunterdon Central team, because he didn't even play the first quarter.
Especially, let alone the first quarter of the entire season. This is Kenyon's first major action in the game. He saw a few snaps in these blowout games, but besides that, nothing. But what really surprised me the most is the chemistry he has with Shaw so early on.
So the Raiders looking to kick this one off. And they'll be picked up around the 25-yard line. Liam Walker. And he'll take it to about the 32. So nice return right there as Hunterdon Central's offense will be in business here in the 3rd quarter.
And what's most important about that is that we've seen another kick return by Liam Walker in that Phillipsburg game for the 2nd game of the year, where they did a muff kick to him. He got it, but he didn't know what to do. They ended up fumbling the ball, and that was a very costly play in that game. But they did a good job catching the ball and making sure he went down with it.
Check out what?
So Ben Kenyon, Frank DePaula on the top of your screen. As we also have Luke Pizzico, the tight end, on the left side of the line. He's getting a lot of playing time tonight too. Nick Bryan in motion. as Blake Leeds is in the backfield. They pitch it to Leeds, now pitch it back to Frank DePaula. Some nifty ball handling, and he's going to be taken down. So Perotti tries to come out. First play on this drive was something pretty unique, but nothing really came out of it.
Let's go iron.
And it really looked like, on that initial run, looked like Blake Leeds had a lot of room to run on that right side, just gave it off to Frank DePaula. And Chris Shaw's quarterback trying to go out there and make him block, just a quarterback, you don't know how to block. It's when he's out there, you're just unable to make it. And now for a loss to 1.
Second down now. Same receiver set with Nick Bryant and Blake Leeds also in the backfield. Nick Bryant in motion. Shaw shotgun formation with Leeds to his left. Rolls right, dishes it off to Blake Leeds, and that's going to be a loss of about 3 on the play. So 2 plays and 2 loss of downs right there. It's going to be 3rd and long now for Hunterdon Central.
And the defensive line, they never gave that play a chance to develop. The moment Shaw tried to pitch that ball out, the defense was there, tackled Leeds for the loss immediately. And the O-line has to do a better job keeping the defensive linemen off the line of scrimmage.
Rob Martucci is in the game as Nick Bryant checks out for this play. Obviously, you want to get those long, tall receivers here. 3rd down, key to pass as Shaw drops back, looks right. The pressure coming, and that's going to be complete over there to Frank DePaula, and it looks like they're going to give him the 1st down. That's a great catch as Luke Jansen tried to bring him back to about the 42-yard line, which would have been 4th and 1, but ball will be placed at the 43. So 1st down and 10 for Hunterdon Central.
And it looked like after DePaula went down, did a little bit of army crawl there, pick up a few extra inches, might have been the difference on that one.
So 3rd and long, great job by Christian Shaw staying in the pocket. Nice composed throw over the middle to Frank DePaula.
This is open. The safety's on this side. So let's go. Call it. Come on.
Down by 2. Shaw hands it off right to Leeds, who tries to cut it around outside and picks up about 2 or 3 on the play. Looks like they're going to give even 4. Nice run by Leeds before he goes out of bounds.
Tackled by number 70, Colin Purdy.
And that's important here, especially with the time that they have left on the board. I think the Red Devils really want to play it safe, not want to have a turnover. Doing a great job so far in this game.
There is a flag on the field, and it's going to be holding on the offense. So bring that one back. And that's big right there on Hunterdon Central.
And the Red Devils cutting down on those turnovers, but still have a lot of penalties to overcome if they want to win this game.
There we go. We're good here. Let's do it. We're good here. This is a good man.
Shaw rolls and thinks about pitching it off, but makes a cut and then dives to the 35-yard line. Still be 2nd and very long here for Hunterdon Central.
Yes.
Brought down by number 8.
Looks like he's able to pick up 3 and 4. That's just a play where you're making something out of nothing. Really had nowhere to go, lunge forward, and is able to gain a little bit of yards.
Great call. Let's see.
So Shaw and his offense looking at a long 2nd down here in the 3rd quarter, down by 2. Got Frank DePaula on the bottom of your screen working on Jackson Parham.
All right, I'd rather go alpha.
And then right there, they throw it to Ben Kenyon. A little wide receiver screen as he gets to the 40-yard line.
I see Hunterdon Central doing a good job. My apologies, see Hillsborough doing a good job tackling. Because while Hunterdon Central are moving these balls and picking up the yards, it's still going to be 3rd and 12 here.
Hunterdon Central, they like throwing that deep ball. They had some success in this game to Ben Kenyon, so we'll see what they do right here. Frank DePaula and Ben Kenyon to the left, as it's going to be a double running back says with Bryant to the left. Shaw rolls left. He's going to look for his receiver. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to be taken down, but the ball does come out. Hunterdon Central recovers the football, but it's going to be 4th and long. None of his receivers were open. He was trying to buy as much time as he can, but nothing came of it right there as Colin Purdy took down Christian Shaw.
Purdy back there in coverage, saw that Shaw was taking his time, decided to come in there, make that rush, making the big hit. And good job by the center here, Billy Yet Billy Kovacs coming back and recover that fumble.
So Hunterdon Central will be punting it away.
Coach, why on that?
Perham back to receive it. It's going to bounce off of him, and does Hunterdon Central have it? Wow, that was almost a dangerous play for Hillsborough as Perham jumps back on it. We saw him muff earlier on with David Shire of Hunterdon Central, and it almost happens to Perham right here.
And see Hillsborough, they have a turf field. You really never know how that ball is going to bounce. On that first bounce, it bounced directly into his shin and caused the fumble.
Yeah.
But on the next bounce, bounced right away from Justin Dunleavy trying to get that recovery.
So that's the end of the third quarter. Hillsborough scores a touchdown. Matt Moore passes to Jake Pollock, the tight end, for an easy touchdown in the back of the end zone. It's 16-14 now, Hillsborough. Hunterdon Central down by 2 entering the fourth quarter, and Hillsborough has 1st and 10 starting out this one.
Now it comes with the way the Red Devils really moving the ball. I'm not sure if this defense can allow to give up any more points and make this a 2-score game.
Yeah, I know. Even though they were down 9-0, I don't know if they could do that again. That type of lead down 2 possessions in the fourth quarter. They wanted, obviously, the defense has to come up big right here and see if the Hunterdon Central offense can do something, at least get into field goal range. Because like before, like we said, they might go for, when after Hillsborough scored their touchdown, might go for 2 to make it a 3-point game, but they decided to go just kick the extra point and be up by 2 instead. That could come back to haunt them.
And the big thing, making that comeback before when they were down by 9, you're not going to get another pick 6 by Anthony Valentino.
Yeah.
At least you don't think so, but
Yeah,
they would
right.
definitely love to see it.
Matt Moore, shotgun formation. And he's going to hand it off. And that's a big gain right there by Kyle Kaufman as he brings it into Hunterdon Central territory in the first down. Kyle Kaufman has a pretty big run so far in this one. Another one right there.
I think the biggest thing that might have thrown off the Red Devils, they might have been paying too much attention to Boatwright on that play. I know I was. Once I saw that handoff, I was looking where Boatwright was going. They didn't even realize Kaufman had it. And at that time, he was already 10 yards down the field.
1st and 10 now in Hunterdon Central territory at the central 45-yard line. And this isn't really looking good for Hunterdon Central, down by 2 points. And you obviously want to get that ball back here in the fourth quarter. So Moore hands it off to Album, and he picks up about nothing as he's just stopped at the line.
Now, Dominic, do you think the Raiders, at 2nd and 10, do you think they want to try to throw the ball and pick up that first down, or continue to run it and run out that clock?
I think there's too much time in the fourth to try to run out the clock, but obviously the running game has it's weird because it's obviously working because they're getting these big chunks of the game, but then on some plays the Hunterdon Central defense the defensive line is coming up big. We'll see if they run it right here again. Moore steps up, steps back a little bit as he's going to have Boatwright and Kaufman switch. And that's gonna be a delay game. Yeah, they took way too long on that. There seemed a little bit of confusion right there, so bring him back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 15. Now we might see a pass here.
See, I was really waiting to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Because as you were saying, these running plays, it's been a lot of hit and miss here. It's either they run it down the field for 10, 15 yards, or they get stopped behind the line or at the line of scrimmage. And that's something that can come into a big play here, even late in the fourth quarter, where you need to move these chains to pick up the first down, and you're getting 1 yard. That's not how you win football games.
2nd down and 15, balls exactly at the 50-yard line. And see, trying to get the timeout called. And it looks like they did get it. Hillsborough's offense is not looking too good right here as they're very mixed signals going around and they're very confused.
And so on that first play, Kyle Kaufman had a big run. They just lost all those yards with this penalty here. And see, it's just been the story of the game for them. They make these big offensive plays, and then they have penalties that just kill the drives.
Yes, Hunterdon Central has gotten lucky a couple times in this game. Obviously, Jake Pollock dropping a big first down in the second quarter. and then a couple penalties that hurt the Hillsborough offense again. And it's looking like it's gonna be repeated here, 2nd down and 15. As obviously they had the false start. I'm sorry, the delay of game to push them back to the 50.
And see, 2nd and long. You obviously want to play it safe. The way that Hunterdon Central's defense has been playing with these 2 turnovers so far, you don't want to give them momentum back, but at the same time, you really want to move these chains.
And that's going to be a play-action pass. Moore fires it to the left side, and oh, that's a rare drop right there by Jackson Parham. Seemed to be going to his left a little bit, but just dropped the football.
And I was just saying, that ball going to his left, he's moving to his right. It's such a hard play to make when you want to extend out your body. And it looked like he initially had it, but coming down to the ground, just unable to maintain possession.
So now you're looking at a 3rd and 15 right here. Hunterdon Central's defense. This is a big stop right here in the 4th quarter, down by 2. You obviously don't want to prolong this drive of Hillsborough.
And I see Hunterdon Central expecting pass. They're going to be putting out Devin Trexlock out here at corner.
And he's going to just hand it off right there to Boatwright. And he's trying to get 15 yards, and he's going to be taken down. That was almost a big 1st down right there. Boatwright had a big gain, big spurt of speed on the right side.
And we've seen that happen at Hunterdon Central all year. Where they most noticeably noticed in that Phillipsburg game, 3rd and 20, they give up a 50-yard touchdown run. And this is something the team it struggles to do. It struggles to close out on these 3rd downs.
Well, it won't hurt them as they'll be punting it away. As Christian Shaw and his offense are looking to come back on the field. Down by 2 in the 4th quarter. Matt Hendricks getting ready to punt this one away. And that's a very short punt. I think he just booted it right out of bounds. As Hunterdon Central be getting the ball around their own 30-yard line. I don't think Matt Hendricks really wanted to put that ball there.
And so there's going to be a turn of momentum here. Because Hunterdon Central are thinking, at most, this could be at least a 20-yard punt. That's still going to put us inside our own 20. Now that shanked punt, getting the ball at the 34-yard line, and considering the fact that he's punting from the 44, it's a big difference there.
Yeah, you could have really... His first punt was exceptional because he put him on the 1-yard line, obviously leading to that safety. And since then, kind of flustered around a little bit. So Christian Shaw with Nick Bryan in motion, and Devin Treshok will get the ball right here, going to the left side, has some blockers, spin move around, he'll get the 1st down. That spin move at the end really gave them a big lead, a big gain right there, and great job by Devin Treshok.
Treshok, such an elusive player, and some might think after his ACL injury he might have lost on that. It looks like he's 100% here.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So Ben Kenyon still in the game, obviously. Shaw and shotgun. Frank DePaul at the top of your screen working on Jackson Parham. Here's Nick Bryant. Picks up about 4 on the play right there. Quality run to start it off on this fresh set of downs. It's going to be 2nd down about 6.
And Parham, he's a corner. He doesn't get a lot of breaks because we see he's such a great corner, or such a great wide receiver for this offense too. He's always on the field, and you have to think in this 4th quarter he might be a little bit tired.
Yeah, maybe. He has done a lot in this game, running down the field, obviously, every route. He has a touchdown pass on the first drive of the game. The leading receiver for this Raiders team on the season. Shaw, play action, rolls right, throws it deep, and that's a little intended to David Shire, but not really, or Luke Pizzico, sorry, but that wasn't really a good throw. You can see he was off his back foot and almost picked off.
And see, but with that play, the pressure coming in on Shaw, panicked a little bit there. Try to force that throw in off his back foot, something that the coaches hate to see because it always, more likely than not, is going to lead to a bad throw.
So now it's going to be 3rd and about 7 for Hunterdon Central right here. Shaw drops back, looking to gain a big first down, and they got it. Frank DePaula, oh no! He had the first down, but he just ran right back. That's going to be 4th down, it looks like. He had the first down easily, but he just ran backwards for some reason. Yeah, you can see he's frustrated right now as they're going to rule it a 4th down. Oh, that could really come back and hurt Hunterdon Central. That's a big play right there.
And DePaula, he's a playmaker, and he has that ball in his hand. He wants to do everything he can, and he thinks on every play he touches the ball, he thinks he can bring it to the house, try and make a few players miss, but lost the first down there for his team.
Yeah, sometimes you just take the yards that's given to you and not try to get anything more than that. But now 4th and 1, and looks like they got it. They need to get to the 45-yard line. He's over it. They're going to obviously stop the clock and measure this, but it seems like Devin Treshock got that one. And yep, they're going to give him the first down. So Frank DePaula gets bailed out by his teammate, Devin Treshock, for the first down now at Hillsborough's 45-yard line.
And early in that play, I thought they were in trouble. It looked like the defensive line for the Raiders got a lot of penetration early. I thought they were going to stop them on that 4th and 1.
So fresh set of downs for Hunterdon Central as they're in Hillsborough's territory, down by 2 here in the 4th quarter. They hand it off to Treshock going left, tries to bounce it out to the outside, and he picks up a couple on the play, as it was Colin Purdy right there to meet him at the line.
And Purdy did a good job. Once he saw Treshock make that, trying to bounce to the outside, he made the adjustment, and he made the right angle to force him out of bounds.
So Hunterdon Central facing a 2nd down and 7 right here. They need to get to the 35-yard line of Hillsborough for the first down. Ben Kenyon and Frank DePaula, your wide receivers, as Devin Treshock still in there. He gets the ball again, tries to bounce it out, and he will get swallowed up again. About a pickup of 1 maybe on the play. It'll be 3rd down.
And it looked like there he might have put down, tried using that spin move. But it's so hard getting to that outside of that defense swarming. And defense does such a great job as using that sideline as an extra defender.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Nick Bryant to the left of Shaw here on 3rd down. He's probably in there to block, which he is. Shaw throws right, and that's going to be complete over there to Ben Kenyon. He makes a move, and he has some room to run. There he goes, and he makes a wrong cut, and he's going to be taken down around the 13-yard line. But that's a huge pickup on 3rd down right there by Hunterdon Central. Ben Kenyon coming up big time again on 3rd down.
Parati has to be happy. He's thrilled with what he's seeing out of Kenyon today. Just having a great game. He's been making the catches, making guys miss, as we saw on that play. Just a young player trying to do too much there, made that extra cut. If he didn't make that, might have had a straight line to the end zone.
See if Hunterdon Central can take this lead. They're in field goal range, so you don't want to obviously turn that football over. Devin Treshock just pounds it right up the middle for a few. Hunterdon Central's offense has played well in that regard with no turnovers, except for the, obviously, David Shire special teams muff.
And so earlier on in the year, Shaw, he was interception prone. Last game didn't throw any interceptions. Tried to keep that clean slate for the 2nd game in a row.
Yeah. Not sure.
Facing a 2nd down right here. The ball's at the 10-yard line. Big opportunity for Hunterdon Central here in the 4th. Shaw thought about throwing it, throws it over to the left side to Ben Kenyon, looked right and then threw to Ben Kenyon for a couple. It's going to be 3rd down.
I see from the sounds of what we're hearing from the coaches, it looked like that play was designed to go to the left. Shaw just made the wrong decision.
Yeah, you could hear someone saying no as Shaw was about to throw, but he stopped. The Raiders might have been picking that one off.
We're still looking at it though. Even with that amount of time it took to make that play, Kenyon's still able to pick up a few on the play.
So 3rd down and about 7 right here for Hunterdon Central. Looking to get a big third down again. Here comes the pressure, throws, and his arm was hit. It's going to be incomplete. Now, in my opinion, if you're Hunter Central, it's the fourth quarter. You might not be able to get down to the red zone again. You kick the field goal and take the lead. And it looks like that's what they'll be doing. Is Derek Scott will come out with a big field goal trying to give Hunter Central a 1-point lead here. And this is where it comes back for Hillsborough not putting in trying to go for the 2-point conversion in the last time out.
Now, see, this is going to be the first big kick for Derek Scott of his career.
Here in the fourth quarter, Connell Joyce, the holder, Derek Scott, the righty kicker, and puts it right through the uprights as it's going to be 17-16 Hunter Central. That's a great drive by Hunter Central. You go back to that fourth down that they had, that Frank DiPaolo almost botched on that one. Obviously had the first down, ran back, and great job by Devin Treshock getting that first down. Big play leading to the field goal.
And see on the sidelines, his Red Devils, they are pumped up.
Yeah.
And now it's on the defense to just close out this game and shut down the Hillsborough offense.
In an ideal world for Coach Perotti, you get the stop and then obviously try to run out as much of the clock as you can. This is obviously a one-possession game. A field goal now for Hillsborough can give them the lead as well. So Hunter Central's defense needs to come up big. They have allowed a touchdown in the first half and in the second half.
And one thing Perotti, as you're saying in ideal world, running out that clock, something that his running backs has never done. They don't have a single fumble loss on the season yet.
Yeah, that's what coaches love to see. Their running backs not only running for a lot of yards and gaining big yards, but holding on to the football. Ryan Sullivan will be kicking this one off as Hunter Central. You see Ryan right here. He's a pretty good kicker. This is his first year kicking for Hunter Central.
See, as we've seen on these kickoffs, he has such a great leg.
Yeah.
And that's why they put him in on these kickoffs, and they love that Derek Scott, he has the accuracy, so they have him do the field goals and the extra points.
And this was going to be caught by David Amunwa, and he's going to take it to the 40 before being ripped down by Musa Hemby. Musa Hemby's like, what did I do? But he was ripped down over there around the 43-yard line. See, Hillsborough's coach is not happy with the way he tackled him.
I mean, the play looked dirtier than it really was. It's just the way that he made the tackle.
Yeah, face mask.
See what a face mask as it's going to be called, as you said.
So that's big right there, because that puts Hillsborough's offense in Hunter Central territory. And then I don't think Coach Pry is going to be happy with that. Big break for Hillsborough, though. This ball will be placed at the Hunter Central 43-yard line in great field position for the Raiders here. Down by 1 here in the fourth.
And if there's a way you want to start off this comeback drive, this is how you want to do it. Big kickoff return, and you get that penalty yardage.
And they're going to hand it off to Bowright, and he's going to be ripped down, but picks up a good chunk on the first play of the drive.
Nice gain on first down.
And we see this game time clicking out. Boatwright, he does not seem worried at all, and it's just been his demeanor throughout the whole game. He has such a calm presence. And I think it's really going to affect everyone on that offense. If they can see their star players not nervous, they have nothing to worry about either.
Yeah. More shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off to Amunwa, and he's going to be taken down, and there's going to be a flag on the play. But great job by the Hunter Central defense, led by Billy Hutchings right there. We'll see what the flag is.
Now see, it looks like it is going to be against Hillsborough. And the ref's just trying to decide, talking to Perotti, seeing if he wants to accept it or not.
He's talking it over with his coaches, trying to get the right call, and they're going to decline it as that's probably the right call because they had a great sack right there. So it was holding on the Raiders, but they'll obviously decline it. So it'll be third down and about 12 right here. So if they were to accept that, that would have put them in Hunter Central territory on second down, but Coach Perotti just wants the third down, and he believes in his defense right here on 3rd and 12. Moore with 3 receivers and Boatwright right next to him. He's rolling to the left. He's going to throw it deep down the field, and that's going to be caught over there by Luke Jansen. Great play over there by Luke Jansen as he was working on Anthony Valentino. You see Valentino got turned around and just didn't know where it was.
So Valentino, the young corner, he made a great play earlier in this game with that pick 6. But he's just showing his inexperience there on that play. Once he lost the wide receiver, just left his head spinning, unable to pick up the ball, and a big first down conversion here.
That was big. That was 3rd and 12, big first down, like you said. And now they're in field goal range. Hillsborough's in field goal range, down by 1 here in the 4th. Moore's going to hand it off to Boatwright, and he's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe they'll give him a gain of 1 after that last push.
And now you have to think about how close they are. They might just try to run it, knowing Boatwright, with such an explosive athlete he is, he's going to be able to pick up a first down. But if not, you're close enough for that field goal range.
That's going to be about a half a yard that he picked up on that one. 17-16 Hunterdon Central here in the 4th. More shotgun formation. As Justin Brown, the wide receiver, he's been quiet today. He's going to throw it to Brown, and he's going to be knocked down in the no flag, and it looks like he just fell down. And he can't understand why. Liam Walker and Anthony Valentino on the coverage over there.
And I have to think that's a great call by the refs. Because a lot of times when they see these wide receivers go down, they like to throw that flag. But they identified that as an incidental contact by Liam Walker. Their feet just got tangled up. I think that's a great call by the refs. And especially for this homecoming game, you know, the fans won't like it for Hillsborough. But it's nonetheless still the right call.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 9 right here for Hillsborough.
I mean, I would look for Luke Jansen. He's a quick, speedy wide receiver out here getting covered by a few of these linebackers.
And he's going to roll right. He's going to throw it, but that was just way out of bounds. No shot for Jackson Parham on that play. It's going to be 4th and long.
And Parham looked like he might have been looking for a flag, but as you said, that ball was just uncatchable, thrown too far out of bounds.
Nick Zayos and Musa Hemby over there right alongside Parham as that one went out of bounds. Now it's going to be 4th and long. They are in field goal range, and maybe they just don't have confidence because we've seen this before that they've been in field goal range and just have not kicked the football. Down by 1, you'd think they would go for it, right? I mean, sorry, like kick the field goal, try to get the points. They are going to call a timeout and talk this one over.
I think something that they could have thought about, it seems like this was such a predetermined, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Why don't you run that ball on 3rd down, try to pick up some extra yards? And with that incompletion, instead of now you have a 4th and long.
Yeah. So Hunterdon Central's defense looking to come up big right here because if they get the stop, then they'll obviously get the ball back. And just swat that ball down. If it's a pass, just do whatever you can to swat the ball down, obviously without a penalty, because the penalty will kill you and give them an automatic first down.
Now it looks like they are going to be sending out their field goal team. After that timeout, they're going to be putting that confidence in their kicker, number 14, Timothy McGowan.
And now Hunterdon Central will call a timeout because they were expecting them to go for it. Now they just want to reset their defense. A lot of talking it over here from both coaches, Coach Parati and Coach Cardi of Hillsborough. So just to recap the game real quick, obviously Hillsborough went down, scored a touchdown on the first drive of the game. Then obviously a safety after a great pump by Matt Hendricks set that one up on the 1 yard line. And then a 69-yard interception returned by Anthony Valentino against Joe Schultz, the backup quarterback for Hillsborough. And then the first drive after that for Hunterdon Central was when Christian Shaw threw a 5-yard touchdown pass to Frank DePaula. And then obviously Hillsborough came out in the second half, scored a touchdown, and now then a field goal for Hunterdon Central is now 17-16 Hunterdon Central.
You know, I'm going to give you
And then a
credit.
touchdown for Jake Pollock, too.
I'm going to give you credit for remembering on that. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's such an exciting game.
Right?
I couldn't remember where the last play was.
Yeah, we had Jake Pollock scoring the touchdown for Hillsborough to give them the lead, and then Hunterdon Central scored the field goal. And now, so they were going to go for it on 4th down, then they call the timeout. Oh my, this is unbelievable. So let's get this straight again. So it's 4th and long. They were going to go for it, but they called the timeout to go over what they want to do. They brought out the kicking unit. So obviously Hunterdon Central needed to call a timeout. Hunterdon Central brings out the kick block team for the field goal, and then the field goal defense, and then the Hillsborough comes out trying to go for it again, and now Hunterdon Central has to call another timeout. So that's 3 straight timeouts. First one by Hillsborough, now 2 from Hunterdon Central.
And see, this game just started to become a chess match between
Exactly.
the 2 coaches. But what's most important here is that Hunterdon Central just burned 2 timeouts. So now, let's say that if they do get the first down or they do kick it, we don't even know if they're going to do any more. But if they, depending on what they do, Hunterdon Central's only going to have 1 timeout left.
Yeah, that's true. Hillsborough has 2 timeouts left.
And it looks like the offense is on the field, bearing another timeout. I hope not.
Yeah,
they're going to be going for it on 4th down.
I think they have their play all set. Matt Moore back in shotgun formation. They need to get to the 10-yard line for the first down. And Moore's going to throw it to the end zone wide open. And does he have it? Incomplete. What a call right there by that back judge, the referee. And Perham standing over, can't believe it. That was almost a touchdown. But great job by Hunterdon Central coming away with that. And that's a big, big play in this game, obviously. So instead of Hillsborough having the touchdown in the lead, Central now has the ball at their own 20-yard line. I just can't believe that.
And that's a game-winning play right there. He's able to get his feet in. Just Pollock unable to haul in the catch. And it was close. That's a really tough call for the ref to make.
At first, I thought he got that 1 foot in, but obviously he's closer to the play than I am, that back line judge referee. So now Christian Shaw and his offense will come out and probably just run the football. Try not to obviously have any turnovers in the 4th quarter, just run out the clock and seal the 17-16 victory. So Shaw is going to hand it off, and that's going to be a loss of about 4 on the play as Jack Edwards was there to meet Devin Treshaw.
And so the Red Devils, all they have to do is just run this ball. 1 first down could ice the game here, especially if they do not want to turn the ball over.
There's an injured Raider on the field. So both teams will go to their sideline trying to get the game plan from their coaches. This is a free timeout for both of them. And they're going to help them off the field.
And obviously the injured player here, it's going to be Rowan Mays, the defensive tackle, the senior here. And he's definitely going to be devastated. He wants to be out here and try to help his team get back into this game.
Yeah, Rowan Hayes, he's been obviously the starting defensive end for this Raiders team for a while now, and hopefully he's all right. As Hunterdon Central is going to be 2nd down and long here. A 2nd down of 14. The Raiders trying to just hold them and get that football back for their offense. They're going to hand it off to Treshock again. Where Blake Leeds this time is in the game, and he's going to be tackled on the outside by Charles Amonkwa.
And
So 3rd down.
Running out of bounds, or he should try to stay to inbound to keep that clock running.
Bringing up the 3rd down.
So 3rd down and long right here for Hunterdon Central. Big play in this game coming up. Christian Shaw sharing the play with his team here on 3rd and long. Most likely run the football, but you never know with this team. Obviously a run might not get you that first down, but also a pass will stop the clock. A lot to think about right here if you're Hunterdon Central. And they are going to hand it off right up the middle. Has some blockers. He has a first down. That's going to be Blake Leeds. And he fumbles the football. And it's going to be picked up by a Monkwa over there as he's going to be tackled down at the 45. You just saw that coming because Kyle Kaufman, number 8 on the Raiders, was just running down. You could see him winding up his arm from 10 yards away, and he just swatted that football from Blake Leeds.
And that's just just one desperate play. You know, if he doesn't strip that ball out, game over. Kaufman does a great job knocking that ball out. Blake Leeds, you have to be wondering what's going through his head right now. He knows if he's able to hold on to that ball, it's game over.
Yeah, so now Stephen Rudd, a guard for the Raiders, the defensive tackle, is injured. He's wobbling off the field right now. As there was a flag, and that one was going to be on the Raiders. But it's their ball anyway. They'll be backing them up. That's a big turnover there by Hunterdon Central. We talked about how the offense didn't have any turnovers the whole game, and on 3rd and long right, they're picking up a big first down for Blake Leeds, and that ball was just swatted right out of his hands.
See, Blake Leeds, he came in. He's such a sure-handed running back. He's able to pick up those tough yards, and he was off to the races. But Kaufman with the great hustle play to strip that ball loose.
So instead of being at about midfield, they're going to be at their own 30-yard line for Hillsborough. A field goal will win the game. Moore has time, throws it back over to Boatwright on the far sideline. He has some room to run, and there he goes. He's in Hunterdon Central territory for going out of bounds at around the 35-yard line. That's a huge play right there on the little screen pass, and there was no one over there to get Boatwright, and he just bursted up the field with that great speed of his.
And Boatwright's such a threat running the ball. Here getting his first catch of the game and proving to be a big one here. Now see Boatwright lining up as a slot wide receiver.
So now you're going to have 4 wide receivers, empty backfield, shotgun formation for Moore. He gets the ball, quick throw over to Parham, and it's going to be a pickup of about 1 on the play. As we go out of bounds, stop the clock, and it's going to be 2nd down.
And I said this earlier in the game, but just the demeanor of Tyler Boatwright, even after that big catch, he didn't get excited. He kept a level head, and he went back there, and he's ready to make another play for his team.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So 2nd down, 10 right here for Hunterdon Central. For Hillsborough. And they're threatening here against this Hunterdon Central defense as Central's up 17-16 here in the 4th. Moore throws it right over there, and that's just dropped over there, incomplete, as Luke Jansen could not come up with the football. He was wide open. He did have it. It's going to be 3rd and long now.
3rd down.
And RC, the quarterback here, Moore, he's missed some throws, but nothing can frustrate him more than when he puts a throw on target and his wide receiver just drops it. And obviously with such little time left in this game, every completion matters.
So 3rd and long right here. And play action pass, Moore looking, and he fumbles the football. Caleb Slaughter was there to force the fumble, and it was picked up by Corey Keener. So they fumble the football and they get it right back. That's a big play by Hunterdon Central. The defense has come up big time and time again in this game, and they come up big right there.
And you saw just Caleb Slaughter came in, and it looked like once Moore was about to escape, he just did everything he could, reached out his arms and able to swat that football down. And as long as Central's able to hold on this ball, it should be game over.
No, yeah, that's a big play right there, because obviously Hillsborough was threatening again, and the defense comes up big. And so they'll just be kneeling this football, and this game will be over.
And what an exciting end here, as we saw first the turnover by Blake Leeds, allowing, well, actually even going back before that, on that 4th and 10, going forward on 4th down. It looks like they might have had the completion in the end zone, but incomplete. The Red Elves get the ball, break off a big run. Blake leads as he fumbles it, and now Hillsborough with another fumble of their own, and that seals the game. Harry Shaw's just going to take another kneel down. And obviously, once the clock hits 0, both of these teams going to fall to a record of 3-3.
And this is going to be a big win for Hunterdon Central. What a game it was. As Christian Shaw had a great game, no interceptions, obviously threw the touch pass to Frank DePaula. So for Shaw, 15 of 26 for 144 yards in this game. And Derek Scott with the big field goal to win the game-winning field goal. And Hunterdon Central will improve to 3-3 on the season, as Hillsborough is going to fall to 3-3. It's a big loss for Hillsborough, just the way the fashion that they lost this game.
And now, if I'm not mistaken, with the way the rest of the night turns out for these other teams, due to the PowerPoint system, Central has a chance to move up to second in the division.
So big win for Hunterdon Central. Anthony Valentino started off for Hunterdon Central, scoring with a 69-yard interception return. And obviously Hunterdon Central's offense came up big the rest of the way, and Derek Scott got 2 extra points and a field goal to win the game. So for Lorenzo Descala, I'm Dominic Capone, and everyone here at HCTV. We'll see you next time.